Hello. Thankfully, I decided to check levels before doing anything and realizing that since this is a new mic, OBS was trying to pick up my old mic. It's always fun watching that happen at the beginning of the session and not the end of a session. So, anyways, I'm Caro. I'm the one streaming. If you didn't guess, I'm playing Edemia Argent and Azamar Warlock, who goes pew pew. Okay, hold on, wait. You guys aren't coming through. What the fuck? No. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, no, well, I have all of you in the Discord output, but it is... Wait. Yeah. Why is it not picking it up? What the fuck? Okay, guys, keep talking. I need to... What the fuck? It's like...
Oh.
Sole reason of carrying pens with me.
Okay, finally, they can hear you.
Hey! Okay,
Well, they learned about my pens.
Yes.
And your pants.
So we're gonna have to restart everything
Yeah, I
and
just need
Sam do his
to...
intro.
I just need to...
Okay, so welcome to Endless Night, our Rime of the Frostmaiden D&D game here on Roll20. Who sponsors us, by the way? You should check them out. If you're watching this right now, you're already kind of checking them out because you're seeing the screen. Anyway, I'm DM Sam, and I'm here with my awesome players, and they will introduce themselves in the order that they are on the screen in Roll20, which starts with Karu.
Hello! Now that we've solved that issue, hi, I'm Karu, and I play Edemia Argent, the Azamar Warlock, who goes pew pew.
Hi, I'm Zayo. I play Sigrid Aulis. She is a Rune Knight fighter, Earth Genasi, and she doesn't get paid enough for this shit. Show?
Hi, I'm Sho. I play Bitterfrost, the Boreal Bloodline Sorcerer, Levis's Tiefling, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Matt's muted.
Sorry. I would say I'm Matt. I'm playing Oryx, the Earth Genasi Barbarian, and it's dark and I can't see anything, and it's cold.
Hi, I'm Pi, and that's unfortunate for Oryx, but fortunately for all of you, I'm in the campaign, which means I'm playing Ember, and it's very cute and very fuzzy and not terribly bright, but I'm a wizard in a wheel adventurer.
And you have thumbs. We have an interesting party if you haven't noticed.
Yes. And so who would like to do a very, very brief and concise recap?
It's cold.
Juagar.
That's as brief and concise as I can be, but also as very non-specific I can be.
We kind of became murder hobos.
No,
What? No,
they tried to kill us first, thank you.
Yeah, we had a decent conversation with them. Did not come to an agreement when we discovered that they were working for the chain.
Thorog.
Thorog. I keep thinking Tharizdun for some reason. Thorog. We decided they were then therefore evil and needed to be eradicated the moment they started attacking us because we were doing what they said.
Listen,
so we killed everyone.
This guy was trying to pass notes across the mountain and we stole it.
You attacked them first. I don't know what your memory is trying to tell you about that.
Yeah, that's why I'm pointing out we kind of, sort of were murder
No,
hobos, but at the
I'm
same
pretty
time they
sure-
were evil.
I mean, we attacked their ogre zombie in a cage first, and they came
And then
out
we
and said,
stopped.
What the hell are you doing attacking our ogre zombie in a cage?" Then we talked to them for a bit. They kind of tried to make some deal, and I guess they're building something that, and they've got something in store for 10 towns or something like that.
Not to mention, apparently they've been fucking with the different Oryx and Bitter's people with like black ice and shit.
Oh yeah.
The ragged clans.
It-
Yeah, that's the word.
it's- Yeah,
They've-
So it's like,
They've been
Hmm.
corrupting the
Where did that
redhead.
come from? Just because
Well,
they're collecting black ice?
Well, they were very
No,
insulting.
they
to
said
No,
them.
they were-
corrupt-
they
They
mentioned-
said they were
Yeah.
corrupting.
They were
yeah.
insulting to everyone, but
No,
and they
also
were
mentioned the
testing
reggae
on
were
the
like,
clans.
yeah.
they said that the clans had
Mhm.
responded positively to the whole black ice thing, and we gathered from the discussion
Bad
that
feelings.
it was like, oh, is this the reason why the clans started to go all
Started
nuts
to split.
and,
I mean,
and
yeah,
attack
Like,
each
it's
other?
still
Okay.
assumptions for us, but it's still bad feelings.
all of this may be true, but also what is true is you attacked. He was trying to make a deal with you, and you decided to attack him. He did not attack first. He even saw you attacking his ogre pet slave and let you live even after that, and then you attacked him later. You all became slightly murder hobish because you could have just said, "Yeah, we'll make a deal," and then leave without actually honoring the deal.
No, he wanted us to sign a
The
contract.
Oathbreakers,
Yeah.
which is worse.
Yes, but he wanted you, Scribe, to write the contract. So
I
you
was
could have
writing
written
it and they started it. I didn't do shit.
Yeah, shit went down. We were kind of sort of murder hobos, but at the same time, they were giving us really bad feelings, and it was like,
They worked
I
for
didn't-
the
I
Chin
would point out that
guy.
murder hobos would have asked questions after we killed them.
Yeah,
I will
that's true.
also point out they probably wouldn't have let us leave if we had said no.
Mm-mm.
So
They
Did we
wanted to
grab-
kill or enslave all of 10 towns. Fuck them.
That's fine. Did we grab the ring that he had?
I think
So we ended before you actually
Mm.
looked at anything.
Yep.
And so
Yeah.
all I told you was that you found at least one thing, and that is a note. There are a couple of things that you
I
find.
wrote
So
the note down. You can see it
Yeah.
in my backwards ass camera.
mhm.
Well, it's only
not
backward
backwards
for
for
you.
us.
My backwards ass camera. Okay,
Oh my.
that's not quite
My.
exactly what we want to happen on this stream, but okay.
I mean,
Listen, you
Um,
won't
Depends on who
notice
you
I'm
ask.
symmetrical.
no, you're not. You have your part on the one side. That's not symmetrical.
Also, your mic
Anyway.
is on one side.
So, so let's go through and find out what you find. I'm assuming that, well, so actually, let's go to the fortress here. Because you are currently in this room. Oh, would help if I moved you all over there, wouldn't it? Okay, there
I
we
thought
go.
that's what you were doing.
Yes, well, I moved myself over there and I left you
Oh.
behind.
I see how it is.
Also, Sig is very big right now still.
Sig
Mm.
is big.
Yes, Sig is still big. That is
And
correct
Bitter
on the
is
screen.
far
as
away
well.
from Sig.
Yeah, sorry. I can't turn it off. It lasts a minute.
So,
I recall the last thing we did was open the gates that had locked us into
Yeah.
this place
Uh-huh.
by
Right,
people
that is
totally
correct.
not planning
Right.
to subdue us and kill us.
right. So the question is, so someone is going through this place, right? This room?
There's a shiny over there and I want it.
Yeah,
That's
nope,
where-
nope,
that's
nope.
where-
Ember, you're not allowed. No,
That's
remember
where
the last
the
time
office
like,
was, right?
Right.
Shine,
Yeah,
shine,
we said we
shine,
were going to
shine,
search
shine.
the office and search the bodies of the Duergar to see if we found anything. I
Okay.
think it was on his body that we found the note.
Mhm.
All right, so let
Ember?
me yeah. So you find the note, and just for the audience's sake, here's what the note said. The note said, it's a note to this person, this person whose name is Nildar. It says, Nildar, you will find dearth on the frozen ferry in East Haven. From this new base, the search for Chardalyn continues. Long may we reign over this dark land. And it's signed Zardarok. Okay. That's what the note says. That was in on his body. What you also find is it's annoying how they set this up. Anyway, let me find his. So on his person, you find a small belt pouch with 24 gold pieces and 17 silver pieces. He has a Chardolin ring, so a black ice ring. And then you also had the things that you found, the stuff that was on his desk in the office were the small pieces of Chardolin, one of which was that same ring, right? That same ring kind structure, and it had the symbol of Oral on one side and Torog on the other. And the lantern that you found, which when you light it flashes different colors. That's the thing that that Pi knocked off of the desk, right, to cause the distraction so that you could attack him. Because you attacked first,
Oh, it was very shiny.
like Han Solo.
I'm into it.
Oh,
Very
now
shiny.
that's an argument we can have a different day.
And on the other Dweregar that you killed, you don't really find any valuables. You just find their weapons. They didn't really have anything with them. Now, if you want to go through his desk, I can tell you what you find.
Yes, please.
You find a couple of more pieces of Chardolin, but they are shaped in the form of what looks like a shield, or like a scale. You know, like a dragon scale looks kind of like a shield. It has a top, and then it kind of comes down and comes to a point on the bottom, kind of thing. It's shaped like that, and it's very flat. It's very dark.
How
And
large are they?
they're
Like,
small. They're like
Mm.
maybe 3 inches across at the top, and then they
Okay.
come down to a point at the bottom.
So you
And
could
they're
hold them in your
maybe-
hand.
Yeah, maybe 3 inches long. So yeah, you could have one in the
Okay.
palm of your hand. And you also find another in the desk in the back, you find a rolled up long piece of parchment. And when you open it up, I'm going to add it to your journals. When you open it up, you see this.
It's a
Oh.
map.
Oh.
Is that a T or bleh. Is that an X or a T?
The bottom.
Yeah.
Probably an X.
Listen, I don't know if it was the dude's notes or the person not having a tablet.
Are you
Yes.
asking me if it's a T or an X?
Yeah.
That's, something for you to decide, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know if it was ambiguous because it's supposed to be, or ambiguous because somebody's doing it without a tablet.
So the D is East Haven.
The note does mention East Haven.
Yeah. Almost all of the dots perfectly correspond to towns. The only things that don't have a town attached would be the X down at the bottom and the N at the top. Everything else is one of the towns.
The N is where we're at. That's
Yes.
that's our
Mhm.
current location.
Yeah. But all the other dots do correspond to different locations, all the 10 towns. And D is East Haven.
I wonder if X is either their like home base or like where they have their forces.
Well, that's the spine of the world. It's got to be really damn close to as far as you can go south right now.
Yeah.
As someone who's wandered around this region for a while, would Oryx have any idea kind of what's down that way?
I mean, it's a really harsh, jagged mountain range.
Probably not something that people would go, or at least trying to go across too often.
Yeah, so the pathways across. Let me see. There is a map in here. The pathways across are more. Yeah, so
yeah.
see the pathway there on that map? Oh, you probably can't see what Karu has shown, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Icewind Dale map, and like the normal path is to the much more to the
Further
west.
west.
Yeah.
But there seems to be like a valley that is passable. It just doesn't go anywhere because it loops back towards the 10 trail. I mean, I bet there's good hunting in that area because there's more woods than further north until you get to Lonelywood. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's any real reason to go in that direction. Now, it's mountains, and Duergar tend to like prefer underground, so it could be that they have like a
Home?
home there, yeah, in like underneath that mountain. So that could be an option.
So what does your note say?
Which one?
The note that you found?
Oh,
You
you
will
will
find
find
Durf.
on the frozen ferry in East Haven.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And what's next to East Haven on the map?
D.
D.
D. Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing like that's, but he's coming from the north, so
Mm-hmm. And where are you right now?
And
up in the north.
And what's that guy's name that you just killed?
Nildar.
Oh
And
yeah,
who signed the note?
Zardarok X.
Uh-huh.
Does that start
there
with
you
it? Okay.
Yeah, it's their 3 locations. So that could actually be a plan of attack. Because didn't he mention that? Didn't Nildar say something about attacking the 10 towns?
I think so.
Something about not liking
No,
them at
what?
least.
He's got
No,
a
what?
plan
What
for
he?
the 10 towns.
He didn't say. He said they had plans, and you said, "What are they?" And he said, "That's none of your concern because you're not from here anyway. So what do you care?"
Right, which Addie immediately parsed as they're planning to attack.
But assumptions not confirmed.
Look, it's you always have to plan for the worst. If they don't attack, great. Great. That's great. I did
Now
put.
I'm kind of wondering if we should try and get to East Haven, though.
Yeah, me too.
Don't we have other things that we're supposed to be doing though? This
Yeah,
is why we'd never finish anything. We
I
just get
know.
caught up with something else and leave what we're doing. We have to finish something.
I feel seen.
What is your
Yeah,
what? What
I'm
is it that
looking
you
at
would
you.
like to finish?
Yeah, what exactly?
We were looking for that black ice thing, weren't we?
But these guys are connected to Black Ice, and they apparently have been mining it.
Yeah.
And why were you looking for that black ice thing?
I mean, initially it was to break the curse that had our catty friend
Mm-hmm.
listening to
Mhm.
Torog. But that's been solved.
Not
Didn't say
necessarily
necessarily.
solved.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
you're looking
talking to
for
him.
you're looking for the myth,
now.
something called Mythalar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we weren't
that
looking for
was
black ice necessarily.
yeah,
We thought it might be in the Sea of Black Ice. It was called.
yeah, which was near Kelvin's Cairn.
Yeah. The other thing is, if we start heading south right now, we are actually abandoning the wolf tribe people.
Yeah,
Which
I am.
we'd
They've
rather
already
not.
moved on.
Yeah, I am kind of
Yeah,
not okay with that.
they're still traveling. They've been doing this
Yeah.
for a while. Us trying to catch up with them now would honestly just make a really obvious path to which way they went.
They were going around Kelvin's Cairn, and we went up it. So I figured
Yes.
if needed, we'll probably catch up with them on the other side. But we're also looking for that city,
Mm-hmm.
The floating city.
the floating
Mhm.
city.
Presuming it's actually floating.
I
We're
doubt it's
doing a
actually
lot
floating.
of things.
Yes.
We have a lot of like disparate clues and no idea where to go.
But right now we have a clue about black ice related things, and that's apparently in East Haven.
I mean, our initial plan was to go to Caer Konig, because when we spoke to what's her face, the necromancer lady,
Villain.
Belen, she said she was heading there too. So that was our initial plan. Like, we were gonna detour to the Sea of Black Ice, but our final goal was to go to Caer Konig. So we could just keep going there. At the very least, if we get to one of 10 towns, we can send note to East Haven that, hey, watch out for Durgar.
That seems kind of douchey.
It's better than doing nothing.
Why is that douchey?
Oh, hey, look out for an entire race of people.
Okay, maybe look out for Durgar that are trying to give you black ice. They're working.
Look,
Just
or look,
black ice
They're-
salesmen.
look out for a guy named Zardarok. Done.
So first off, you have not seen any Duergar in any of the places you've been until now. So it's not like they're walking around every town, and now people should watch out for them.
Yeah. There were dwarves, but not Durgar. They're a different race.
And those are not the same thing. They were very angry about that.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Still, it does sound douchey to just say, watch out for Duragar.
No,
I mean,
Well, it sounds like they're gonna say, "Duh." Yeah, okay. Yeah, we know they're assholes.
Yeah, we
We're not
have
gonna,
to we have to actually elaborate.
yeah,
Hey,
my one problem with elaborating too much is that if we mention that the Duergar are trying to give everyone a piece of black ice, the Aurel cultists are gonna be like, "Yay! Let's bring them in."
I mean, there's a couple issues. One, we don't necessarily know what they're doing, just it involves black ice. Two, we've never been to East Haven, so we don't know who to fucking trust.
Okay, but we have a pretty good idea. They want Aurel and Torog to rule the North. They were pretty clear on that.
I was
Actually,
also
was
pretty clear on the second point of we don't know who to trust in there to tell them this
Oh, yeah,
message.
no.
it was
that's-
Oral or Torog
No.
because it didn't super matter to them which one won.
I mean,
as long as it was dark.
Fair, but they said something that made that was like they were working together, which is not unheard of with
I
in the
mean,
gods.
it's possible that we could use the I don't really care who wins to put a wedge in between Arl's followers and the Duragar saying, oh, they're working, but they're not really supporting you. They don't really care if Oral wins. They would just as soon see Torog rule above and Oral be
Fair. I don't
taken
think
out.
the Oral cultists would like that unless they think Torog is marrying Oral and that's peachy and
That's
great.
pushing it.
But I don't think we should like go around as that with that as our plan. But that is something that we could use. Like, oh, well, we were trapped by oral people. Now we could use this, and maybe they'll like us for, maybe they'll give us a 5-minute head start.
The other
Maybe
question
3.
I have before we even leave this place is, do we want to keep exploring and see what other information we can find here? Because we've only seen like the entrance and the
In
study.
this room.
Yeah, it'd be worth taking a further look
Yeah.
around.
I mean,
Maybe
if
a
we're
little
gonna-
bit. Also, at this point, Sig has shrunk.
Okay.
Okay. So, do we want to explore here before we decide where to go next?
Maybe a little bit. But I feel like we should get moving sooner rather than later.
Yes.
We want to just set like an amount of time that we want to spend checking this place out. Like maybe X amount of hours.
2 hours?
Sure.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Unless
don't
we
remember.
find something like, oh my god, we have to get to the bottom of this shit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Say, I don't remember like what time it was when we even got in here. So
It was early morning.
Yeah, because you left the black cabin and you traveled, and then you met with the Reghead camp, and you stayed overnight, and then the next morning the boy saw the tiger, or the boy saw the tiger that night, and then you stayed that night, and they said, "Oh, that means we have to
We gotta pack
we
up
have
and
to
leave in the
leave,"
morning.
and so they left as soon as they could in the morning,
Mm.
and it was coming up to his birthday.
Which is the holiday.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And then
Yep.
they went one direction and you went the other.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And we learned that apparently it's also Bitter's birthday.
Mhm.
That's not concerning at all.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's explore then.
Yep, let's go.
Apparently Roll20 decided to reload itself, so give me a minute.
How's the goats doing?
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I need that torch
Um,
moved over, please.
I was gonna say, Matt, under player handouts and templates, there should be light torch 2020, and you should be able to drag that out onto the map. And if you do that,
there
you
we
should
go.
have control of it,
There we go. Thank you.
and you can just move it your damn self.
Thanks. Well, the one that was there earlier wasn't moved. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't move the one that was there either.
Yeah, what are the questionable goats doing?
They're just milling around, going.
Why are they questionable?
I don't trust them.
We can just
I don't
let
either,
them-
but they didn't do anything questionable.
Yet.
They're
Yeah.
just goats. We can let them out onto the mountain.
I
They'll
know
be
you
fine.
trust goats.
I mean, they're goats, first of all, and they
I-
crave that mineral.
I don't know if it's mountain goats, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
Or freeze to death. Those are the 2 options.
I mean,
Or get brutally murdered by, wolves or whatever else lives in the mountains.
Circle
Be
of
free,
life.
you little buddies! Alright, I say we go south.
There is a door to the south.
Yeah, okay.
Look, nobody picked a direction, so I say south.
We did
I'm
see
following you guys.
the Duergar coming from the north when we came in.
Yeah. So, that means there could be enemies here, and I'd rather know about them now than later.
Okay, so you're going down there to that room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a door there. What would you like to do with it?
To open it.
Okay. It swings open. So let me see if I can remember how to do this. Aha!
Hmm.
Are those doors to the south? They look
Yeah, so this room is basically this large rectangular space. And this area right here has some shelving units on it that are empty except for what looks like some moldy overgrowth. And then there are about 5 doors on the south wall and 3 doors on the west wall.
They all
Why
look the
so many
same.
doors.
Yeah, and so the
Like, are
the
any of them
doors
fancy?
the doors are stone, but they have small bars set into them.
so they look like stone cell doors.
Right.
I see into this one at all.
Which one?
This one here that I'm by.
Yeah, it looks just like a small room. It's very nondescript. It has a chair and a bedroll on the ground, and it looks empty.
Do we hear anything coming from any of them?
Nope.
Maybe this was just where they slept.
What about the ones to the south?
Same.
Shall we peek through and they're all just empty?
Mm-hmm. The ones to the south look like they had been occupied at one time, but it does not look like there's any other living thing in there at this point.
Wonder if that's where they invited the reghead in for their experiments.
Hmm.
So there's
You like assuming a lot of things, Addie. Just
I mean,
saying.
she is kind of an ass.
No, I just think she read too many storybooks growing up.
Oh, more doors.
More freaking doors.
Yeah, these doors do not have bars, though.
Yeah, these look bigger than the other ones.
And this room that you just entered has crates and sacks and boxes and barrels all up against the western wall.
Mm-hmm.
Those doors to the south are actually open. I don't know why they put them closed on here. Let me open them for you.
Are they really open, though?
They are really open. And the inside of those are what looks very similar to those small cells down below, except these are larger and have room for more than one person to sleep.
Are there any beds or cots or anything, or is it just an empty room?
Just bedrolls and similar to the cells, bedrolls and like a chair. These happen to have a desk in them as well, but there's more than one bedroll, so it appears more than one person was in there.
What's in... Can I take a look in one of the crates and just see what's in these things?
Sure, you can probably pry one open pretty easily if you want to
Probably.
do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you find blocks of black ice.
Oof.
Holy fuck.
Oh no.
Hey guys, they had a lot of this shit.
Hmm.
That's not good.
From us handling it, do we know if this is crystal, super hard and like undamageable thing, or is it just ice?
Well, so black ice is Chardolin. Black ice is kind of its colloquial name. Chardolin is a it's not really ice, it's more like a gem, but it is found in the ice and it is created somehow in the ice. And it's different from just regular gemstone because apparently it can sort of enhance the effect of arcane powers, and it can basically hold on to an arcane, burst, let's say. It holds on to the power, and unfortunately, though, it gets slowly corrupted when that happens.
There was a well in the first room, right? Like when we
Mhm.
initially came into the
Mhm.
castle.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I have an idea.
You want to toss all this down the well, don't you?
No, I want to tip it over into the well.
Yeah, so there's not just one crate, right? The entire western wall has crates and boxes and barrels and sacks
Yes.
up
It'd take a
next
while
to
to
it.
put all this down there.
Mm-hmm.
How big is a sack?
Several hours.
Yeah, we don't have time for that.
Okay, at least one of them. Because
When
I
we
would like
leave-
one of these sacks. Like, I would just like an empty sack.
Well, when we leave, we can empty out a sack into the well for you.
What are you thinking that will do?
I think the cat just wants a sack.
Yes. For more
Surprised the cat-
things.
Surprised the cat doesn't want a box.
That's harder to carry.
Boxes are for sitting, not for putting papers in. You have to
Wait.
separate the ink from the papers so in case something goes wrong, it doesn't get over all of your stuff.
Ember, if I put down a box right now, would you instinctively want to sit in it, no matter
Of course
its
not.
size?
I am opening this door. I am a refined, thumb-bearing cat.
Hey Sam, can I?
Yes.
Does there seem to be any crate that's like half full or like emptyable quickly?
I mean, pretty much every one of these is filled to the brim. And they're not all with bricks. Some of them have those like shield shape pieces. Some of them have longer elongated ones. Some
And
of them
how
have
big
flat
are
ones.
these? Are they big or are they medium? Or
There's a variety of sizes in here. So some of the blocks are like brick size, some of them are like twice that size, some are half that size. Most of the small like shield things are like 3 inches by 4 inches, and then a point down below that. Some
I
of them
mean the
are like
crates.
Yeah.
Oh, the
she meant
crates.
the boxes.
Sorry.
That's all right.
The crates are like 2 foot by 3 foot or 4 foot by 6 foot. I mean, they are enormous. Right. Remember, they had an ogre zombie slave to move this stuff.
Listen,
Yeah.
2 foot by 3 foot isn't that big.
It's big if you put big, heavy blocks of black
If you
ice in
put,
it.
if you fill it with rocks, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. While the others are looking in the rooms, I'm just gonna find a box and like empty it out in a corner. I have to
Okay.
test this out now.
Okay.
And then once it's empty, I'm just gonna go and set the empty box in the middle of the room and wait for Ember to come back.
Nah. In the meantime, I will, in fact, check out one of the rooms up north.
Okay. Those rooms are very similar to the rooms to the south, except that they were made for one person. And so they have a sort of, they actually have beds in them rather than little bedrolls. And
Okay.
there's a desk and a bed with some nice plush, blankets and whatnot. So these were far more comfortable, but they're still just very plain living quarters.
A desk, you say? Does the desk
Mhm.
have drawers and things that could be holding paper?
No, they're just literally they're almost like coffee tables, but they're desk height with a chair next to them.
Oh, that's great.
Anything under the beds?
Nope.
Anything under the mattresses?
There aren't mattresses. It's just like plush blankets and furs and bedrolls.
So disappointing.
All their treasure is in that big room that you just walked out of.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we know they were doing it wrong.
Meanwhile, now there's just an empty box in the middle of the treasure room.
I'm just coming out of this room that's just like, what a disappointment. And I am going to stick my head in it, see if she missed anything. Is anyone looking at me?
Sig has her back turned right now.
Uh-huh.
Bitter has this. Yeah, Bitter also has his back turned. He's probably playing with a bit of water.
I just put one paw in.
No reaction.
Let's see here.
Listen, we have a cat in the party. I need to know.
He's like, tail is sticking straight out, not wiggling at all, and just marches out of the room.
Are you disappointed, Ember?
Shoddily built boxin'.
Oh, you're leaving? Didn't you want a sack?
Better.
Meanwhile, now I'm just standing back watching, seeing if Ember can even pick up the sack of these things.
I'm gonna pick a nice, like, traveling sack size and just go, hee! And probably stop dead in my tracks. With my strength of 11.
Give me a strength check.
Oh,
13.
You are strong enough to start to pull it off of the box it was sitting on, but as it comes off of the box and the full weight of the blocks in the bag hit you, you kind of go, ah, and the bag slips from your grip and slowly comes out of your hand, and then as soon as it's fully out of your grip, it slams onto the ground behind you.
I hope it misses your tail.
You okay there?
Is your tail fucked up?
Someone help me!
Sig's just gonna go over and pick it up.
Well, you don't have to make it look easy.
I will point out, Sig has the powerful build feature. She has higher carry capacity than someone of her size should. So yes, she makes it look easy.
I'm just gonna look at Ember and be like, "You look a little tired. Maybe you should have a seat."
Well, once the pack is safely in my position, and yeah, said we are only exploring for a little bit.
Yes, we are. As I'm walking by Bitter, I just whisper to him, "Bring the box."
Oh no, Bitter
And
is
then
already,
head over to the well.
Bitter is already grabbing the box and just kind of like.
You two are sons of bitches.
Listen, you're an
Kinda,
asshole all
you've
the
been a
time.
little-
This is the only way I can bug you.
Well, clearly, Sig just wants to bring a box with because I want to bring a bag with. It's just the exact same thing.
The goats are still there.
Nah, they've
Listen.
moved over to here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
Bitter's
just go
just
to
gonna-
the main door and leave it open a crack that like a goat would fit through, and then
goat-shaped
continue on
crack.
a goat-shaped crack, and then continue onwards to see what.
I mean, you
shenanigans.
can, but I'm not sure the goats would go out there. It's pretty cold.
No, but they
I
could.
want to leave the option.
Ah, okay.
That's why I'm
Three
only
goats.
leaving it open a crack, because I don't think we all want like wind and snow or whatever coming in.
No.
I mean,
This way, if they need to go out and graze on snow, they can.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put the box down. Then I'm gonna take a little like bit of cloth, put some fish jerky on it, and put it in the box.
We're assholes. Sig's just gonna empty the sack.
Waste fish. I try and grab
Yeah.
the jerky.
You're emptying the sack to where?
Into the well.
Okay.
Alright.
This has the bonus effect of if anything is living in it, we're gonna know about it very shortly.
True.
Yes.
Once the sack is empty, I'm just gonna throw it at Ember. Here you go.
You throw it at Ember and it covers Ember as he is bending over to get the fish jerky in the box.
And now he has a blanket over him, and all he can see is the box and the jerky and the blanket.
And now he goes, "Eep! It's dark!" and jumps and does the thing where his tail just goes, "Foomp," and jumps like 2 feet in the air.
Oh my god.
He really is just a giant cat.
I have thumbs, thank you very much.
You're still just a giant cat.
With the
Anyways,
thumbs.
a giant cat with thumbs. Shall we check over here?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I just like shine the torch down the well and just maybe see how deep the thing is.
I mean, it goes down at least, because remember you saw the stream outside. Yeah, so the stream is 40 feet down. So the well is at least 40 feet of dry space. And then the stream.
You hear a bunch of splashing after a few seconds.
Yeah. I mean, first you hear cracking, because remember the stream was a little frozen.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have to crack the layers of ice off of it first. But yeah, you can dump it down there and it's not getting stuck or anything. So this room that you're in is a overlook room. And so you see these areas here, they're actually like shutters that you can open so that you could look out over the valley. Otherwise, the room is basically empty except for some crates and boxes and sacks along the northern wall.
Is that more black ice?
Black ice.
You would have to look in it to know.
Oh, look at the sack.
But the boxes and everything do look to be the same construction and all of that.
These guys were mining a lot of this shit.
Uh-huh.
They need this much black ice for.
I don't know.
Nothing good.
Where were they getting it from?
Now who's making assumptions?
I'm being pretty vague. It's just nothing good.
Alright. If I had to guess, these stairs go down.
They go up.
Now who's making incorrect assumptions?
Then why is the bright border on the opposite side? Should be on the edge.
Look, I did not make this map.
A room with a feature in it.
So
thing!
this room is what could be generically called an armory because it has piles of equipment pushed up against the walls to the north and east. And that southern opening leads to another rectangular room. There are several boxes to be the same construction as the previous boxes that you've been dealing with in this southern portion of the room. And then there is a hatch.
Wait, are there any like actual pieces of weaponry or armor here, or is it just
Yeah,
like
The upper portion of the room has piles of equipment and along the northern, west, and eastern wall. But it's like, hammers and pikes and mining equipment and some carving knives and some masonry equipment, stuff like that. It's not like suits of armor and high
Oh, yeah.
value weaponry.
I'm totally taking a carving knife. Hey, say,
Yeah.
would any of the things in here be useful to make into like small print making tools for later? Like what kind of metal would you need? Just so I know what to look out for as we travel.
For what?
For making a printing press. Like
Oh.
the little letters.
Sam, question: do printing presses exist in this universe? Does Sig have any idea what the fuck this
Waterdeep
cat
has
is
to have
talking about?
printing presses.
Yeah. We already said that
mean, yeah,
they
they're-
existed somewhere, but they
yeah,
were very rare.
Yeah, because remember, there are some very what you would call for us it would be antiquated printers, right?
Mhm.
Like a Gutenberg press, right? Like really, really antiquated.
Okay.
But something like that, right? So there are printing presses. In fact, Waterdeep prints a news flyer, right? They have
Okay.
a news flyer every day. So there is some sort of slightly modern printing capability. It's not that everything that is produced in this setting is scribes writing on papyrus.
Okay, just I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that it's very expensive, so
Yeah.
you know.
But we're from Waterdeep. It's one of the biggest, like,
So you would at least know about
modern
it.
civilized
Right.
areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Modern.
Right. Modern for Faerun.
Yeah.
Icewind Dale, no printing press. Like that's
Yeah, of course.
not
Now,
something that
the
I mean,
possibility of you
yeah.
actually having seen a printing press is
Right.
perhaps
Right. In
But
fact,
like
you
know that
think
it has to you know that it has to have little changeable things that can move around.
well, in fact, the people in Icewind Dale might just assume that it's magic that prints those letters on the books in the bookshop, right? They have
No,
no.
but I just
They don't
figure
know.
Sig knows at least. Oh, they
Sig
move little
does
things
for
around.
sure. Yeah, Sig has probably seen. Probably in the royal houses, there are smaller printing presses where they can actually keep track of some historical documentation of things and stuff like that. So Sig has probably been exposed to a small scale printing.
Okay. I'll like you realize I've never made anything like that before, right? Well, if I see stuff, I'll let you know, I guess.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that because I figure if we can find it, then I wouldn't have to buy the raw metal from like blacksmiths.
Why don't you just wait till we get back to Waterdeep to do any printing?
Because the 10 towns should have one. Books everywhere.
I'm not against disseminating books. Anyways,
Besides, maybe we get snowed in somewhere and we need something to do.
let's hope that doesn't happen. So, where does that trapdoor lead?
No one has opened it yet.
I'm instead
well.
looking at medals.
I'll go and try to open the trapdoor.
It opens up pretty easily, and there is a 20-foot rung ladder down. It's a 5-foot by 5-foot space, and there's a 20-foot, roughly 20 feet down.
Looks like this goes down. How curious are we about this place?
Do hole.
Does that answer your question?
I'm gonna make for the trapdoor opening unless somebody stops me.
How long have we been in here since we gave the 2 hours?
Since we said it was gonna be 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been
Not
that
very
long.
long.
Maybe half an hour.
Okay, we still have time.
I was gonna say, I don't think it takes 2 hours to drag a box or a bag over to the well.
No.
If we left it to you, probably.
Well, that's why I asked for help.
It's important to know
Because I
when
knew
to
I
be.
was going to take forever.
It's important to know when you can ask for help. All right, let's. Yeah, I mean, we might as well see where this goes.
Okay. Who's climbing down?
Ember.
Apparently, Amber.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
I'll
So
go down next.
The rung ladder goes down about 20 feet, and there is a very nice 5-foot high tunnel, 5 foot high and 5 foot wide, that leads to the south.
I'll go down third.
This is where they were
I was
mining.
gonna say, I'll call up and tell them what I find if no one else is coming down.
Sig's not gonna let you go down there by yourself.
I'm just imagining these two getting down there and being like, "Oh, great, we can't actually stand straight in this tunnel."
Not even I can stand straight in this tunnel. Patty can barely stand straight in this tunnel.
Yeah, I'm probably the most likely to hit my head.
Because you're not used to ducking.
I'm 5'3". This thing is 5 foot tall. So
That actually, side note, that actually happens. One of my friends is 6'2". His dad is like 6 foot or 6'1", and his mom is something like 5'2". And so they went to visit a castle in like England or Scotland or something like that.
No.
And each doorway is like maybe 5'5". No, I'm sorry. No, each doorway was like less than 5 foot because even his mom had to duck. But she ducked under everything because she was like, oh. And then the doorways got slightly smaller and she just started smacking her head on everything because she wasn't used to having to duck. Whereas they were like, oh, yeah, obviously it's the doorway. So I just want to like tilt my head so I don't. But she's like, I didn't consider that this was a thing that could happen.
well, and the thing is, if
Those
it's
castles-
just slightly, like in this case, it's 3 inches. It's above my eyesight, so it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I fit. Dunk. Ow.
Yeah,
okay,
it was
I
like
don't.
the outer door was fine, and when they got inside, they'd like gotten slightly smaller,
Yeah.
just like enough.
I remember going to a couple castles in Ireland and Scotland, sorry, and it was the same goddamn way.
We've gotten too
Ah.
tall. Yeah, so I don't want to stay
So,
out
good
here
luck.
alone. If everyone's going down the stairs, I will follow.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Well, you don't all fit down at the bottom
No, I'm guessing people are
because
going down the tunnel.
it goes down and ends up in a 5 foot by 5 foot passage. So basically, right now, Ember is standing on the ground in front of the passage opening, and one of you is on the ladder above, and one of you is on the ladder above, and one of you is on the ladder above them.
Yeah, I'm probably at the top
so-
of the ladder looking down at everyone and
Yeah.
going like,
Is
That's
there
what you're telling
space
me.
down there?
This-
We
so
fucked.
basically, you imagine yourself crawling down a ladder, and the ladder is in a 5 foot by 5 foot shaft. Okay, so but it's going down, so you have enough room to sort of maneuver down the ladder. But when you get to the bottom, basically 5 foot away from you, like 3 foot away from you, because remember the ladder has to be a few inches out from the wall, and you're now standing in front of the ladder. So there's only about another foot before you get to the point where there's a wall, but then there's a 5 foot tall passage below.
Well,
people have to
there's
go to
room
the
if I
tunnel
go
for
into
us
the
to get down.
passage.
yeah.
This is fine.
Me personally, I would hate this.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Very much
Oh,
so.
I would fucking hate this.
Ugh.
Okay.
So is Ember crawling through the passage? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. On hands and knees, or what? How are you? What are you
Well,
doing?
yeah, for best
Okay.
sneaking abilities.
All right, and everyone's following him, or waiting?
Waiting.
Okay,
That's
so then
fair.
we're still at the top watching.
Okay. Okay, so
I went down a
Ember.
bit so I can get, to the cat if shit hits the fan, but
Yeah. So Ember's crawling, and he's crawling. And as he's crawling, he eventually comes to another ending where there is a rung ladder up. So he crawled about 50 feet. And now there's a rung ladder up.
Does it look about the same height as the one I just went down?
Yeah, about 20, 25 feet maybe.
Which way did this tunnel go?
South.
I found another ladder. Bye!
wait, what?
Let's
Oh no.
What did
go.
the cat say?
Apparently he found another ladder and he's going to the
Okay.
ladder.
Then you go and we go.
This is a really tight area.
Yeah, well,
I'm amazed he fit.
He's a cat. Of course he fits.
I'm not a
liquid.
cat.
As long as his head fits.
It's probably made for the Duergar. They're a lot smaller.
just go. The quicker you
Fine.
go,
I'll follow behind Sig.
I'll
I didn't
follow
say
him.
you all had to follow me. I just said I was going.
Yeah, we don't trust you on your own.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not saying
Ember-
you're wrong.
Ember, the ladder goes up about 25 feet, and then there's a wooden hatch, just like the one that you came down on the other room.
I'm going to test it gently to see if it's locked or blocked or anything like that.
Nope, it lifts right up.
Do I hear anything?
Nope.
I'm going to count to like 20 and then open it and poke my head out.
You see a small... Let me move you over here. Boop.
It's dark. Oh, that's because I moved.
So you're in a small, roughly, how big is that? Yeah, roughly 30 foot by 30 foot square tower. These breaks in the top here are windows to look out, and if you peer out these, you can see all the way across the sort of crevice area. Remember, you were in kind of almost a box canyon style. There is a heavy crossbow on the floor next to one of these openings.
So first I'm going to crouch and look out the windows to see if I see anybody through these openings.
Roll a perception check.
Doo-doo-doo. I peepsy with a 22.
So when you look over to the west, you see a slightly open set of double doors, and a goat is sticking its head out, looking outside.
Yep, that's what I thought.
We didn't we see a
We
tower
snuck
that we
past
snuck
this.
past?
Yep, we snuck past this.
All right. I'm going to take the heavy crossbow and then open the hatch and call down that it's all clear up here. It's the watchtower in the ravine. Also, by the way, I found a heavy crossbow. Who wants it?
Who can actually carry it is the question.
Sig's just quickly getting through this hole as quickly as possible and getting out from this area, so she's already climbing the ladder. I hate this place. I hate this place.
And I did look out, and nobody's coming, and I don't see anybody out there. So, yeah.
That's good.
All right.
It's a lookout tower. I don't think we all have to go there.
Nope. I'm already making my way back.
Same. Yeah.
I'm sure.
I mean, haven't we
pretty.
explored this whole place now? Can't we just leave?
Seems like it.
Yes.
Cool, that means
Hey.
I don't have to go through that area again?
Hey, guys.
What?
What do you think the different shapes of the rocks mean?
I don't know.
Like
You're not.
maybe the scales you could make into armor, and then there's rings and stuff. But like,
Yeah. But
what
you're
about
not going.
statues?
You're not gonna take any of them because they already admitted that they corrupted, and you don't have the best track record with crystals and gems.
He doesn't have a good track record, period.
Hey, Pi, look up. Carter's screen.
I am a brave boy, a brave and noble boy.
All right. So I guess we've explored all this area. We should probably get going.
Yes.
Mm.
Do we want to still head towards Caer Konig then?
Yeah.
That's where we're going. That's where we were going in the first place. So why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As well.
All right. I guess we're leaving then.
Ember, are you going back down the tunnel? Okay. I will get you back over to the group then. There you go.
Does he have slightly more issues getting back with the heavy crossbow in tow?
Somebody
No,
could
I
use
mean
it.
he's able to maneuver it.
Besides, I have a sack.
Well, I just meant heavy crossbows big.
They are.
But I mean, it's a 5-foot thing.
So, does anyone want the heavy crossbow?
Nah, I'm good
I'm
with my
pretty
bow.
sure I can use them. I'm a
Yeah, it has
fighter,
to be-
so.
It has to either be Sig or Oryx who gets it because I can't.
Sig, do you have any long range abilities?
I was gonna say.
I have a light crossbow.
So you have
Up
a
to you.
crossbow. What about you, Oryx?
I mean, I've got a couple javelins. My dex is garbage, so that I don't think that would do me much good.
Heavy
I
crossbows
can at
should
least
use
carry
strength.
it for now.
What'd you say, Carter?
Heavy crossbows should use strength.
But they don't.
Because they're heavy.
Don't.
Should I leave it here, or should I break it and then leave it here?
No.
I mean, I can take it with us.
Take it.
we could sell it if nothing else.
Yeah.
Heavy crossbows
Okay.
are worth 50 gold. You really want to
Listen,
break
somebody
50
other
gold?
than these little tiny gentle paws needs to carry it then.
Sig
Fine.
just picks it up.
Oh, all right, fine.
I was just gonna leave it here so that no one had to.
Sig is proficient in all weapons, so.
Does anyone have a passive perception above or at 14?
Yes.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh wait, that's a lie. I don't.
I don't even have to look at my sheet to know I don't.
I have a 13.
Alrighty, cool.
Karu,
11.
Karu. Oh
11.
shit.
Wow, we are not a wise party.
No.
I was gonna say I've got a 13.
I use
I think
charisma. I'm
that's
a
the
warlock,
best.
I've got a
remember?
12.
I'm not a ranger, I'm a warlock.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Heading out
headbound.
to continue heading towards
Caer Konig.
Caer Konig.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go out to the. You don't have to keep moving your
Okay.
person.
Else.
Let's head out to the Icewind Dale map. And so
Giant
right
map.
now, yeah.
There we go.
So right now you're basically here at Kelvin's Cairn,
Mhm.
and Caer Konig is here.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if. Yeah.
So, where were the wolf tribe going?
So
they were basically going like that way.
They went
Direction.
around this way, and then they were going to come out into the main sort of tundra area up here. They didn't really tell you where they were going. They were just on the move because they had seen the tiger.
I'm actually. We need to keep a lookout just in case the tiger tribe or any of them just come around.
Yeah, we can keep a lookout, but we're probably not going to see them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to find, they are purposefully covering their tracks. Remember, so
We're
they
probably
have
not
the
gonna find
4
them.
or 5 of them behind that are cleaning up any.
We're not going to find them.
Yeah, if you want to find them, you have to be intentional about going to look for them. You won't find them just by kind of quietly scanning and maybe seeing them.
Oh, I
And
wasn't
they've
talking
got
about
a few
finding
hours
the wolf.
start on us.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about the wolf tribe. I was talking about seeing if, just so that the tiger tribe doesn't kind of sneak up on us. Because they were following them, at least supposedly.
I mean, if we're going south, we should be fine.
Eh, I mean, we should keep out for a lookout for anything hostile anyways, so. But anyways, let's collect the puppies and head out.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to go
towards Konig.
So you're just going to make a straight B line that way?
I think so.
Yeah.
Straighter than the line I drew?
I mean, there's no path to take, so.
Right.
Probably isn't a straight line, but as straight as we can make it.
Okay.
Faster we get there, the better.
Okay. Are you rushing then, or are you taking your time?
No, we're taking our time. I mean, we don't want to tire the dogs out necessarily.
And knowing us, if we rush, we'll get lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the bit about us not being wise?
So you can travel. Lost my page here.
Like 3 to 4 miles an hour.
Oh, that's why. So you're on no trail, so you can go 3 miles. The axe beak can go 4, but I'm assuming that he does not want to. I'm assuming Oryx does not just leave the party behind.
No.
So he probably keeps the 3 mile.
That would be such a dick move.
So you can get there in about an hour and 20. Okay. Unless you take any detours.
I'm not planning to take detours.
Yeah, unless there's a reason to. I don't see why we would.
Yeah. Okay. So you get into town, and let me put up the Caer Konig town map here. Caer Konig sort of sits around this small jutting in bay here on Lac Dineshire. And you're coming from this area up here. You're coming from basically up here into town. And the first thing that you pass is this area right here, which is a big ruined castle.
Huh.
It's the castle that gave Caer Konig its name. And you can see from your vantage points as you come in here that there are several large buildings, and then there's almost these cliff-like areas. Sort of in this area, you see these sort of elevation marks here on the map. That are it's just indicating that it's kind of a cliff down, right? So it's not all on sort of one level. So this Caer was higher in elevation, so you could imagine you could be in the Caer, the castle, and see the whole lake, and you could see, survey the town and whatnot. But as you're coming into town, you don't see very many people around, but as you're sort of slowly starting to come in, you get to right about here outside of this building right here, and you see what looks like a big drift of snow start to move. And the next thing you know, someone stands up out of the snow as you're sort of slowly coming through with your dogs.
Okay.
Hello there.
Asleep or something.
He says, "Who goes there? Is it the thieves? Did I catch those rat bastards? Where are they?"
No
Who are you?
such luck. Sorry. Just travelers.
He takes the sort of scarf wrapped around his face, he takes it down, and you see a old, weathered-looking silver dragonborn. And it's at that point you notice he has a bottle of some sort of liquor in his hand, and he smells like liquor. Once he's taken the scarves away so you could sort of smell his breath, he smells like some sort of alcoholic beverage, like something strong like whiskey or vodka. And he's pretty bleary-eyed, and he basically belches in your face. And he says, excuse me, pardon my manners. I'm just a little jittery because of all the robberies going on around here. So nice to meet you. I'm Trovis. I'm the town speaker.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're just travelers. Maybe we could look out for the thieves. What are they stealing? Just all sorts of things, or how will we know if we find them?
Well, I mean, there's just been some trouble, and they just take small things like, well, the other day they took the lantern off of the Northern Light Inn. I don't know why, but Corey won't let me hear the end of it because they stole the lantern, and that was sort of why they named the inn that. And without the lantern, they can't be a light now, can they? But I'm not really. I don't know. I've been looking for them, but I just haven't found them.
Can't they just get another lantern?
They're sneaky, and I don't ever see them. I'm out all night trying to see them.
Oh.
What other kind of things have they been stealing?
Why would you steal just a regular old lantern?
As he starts to talk about the stuff that they've stolen, you realize I have suspicions. They haven't really stole much of anything, just a few tools and some lights, and nothing too major. But he starts into telling you about his days as an adventurer and how he knows a lot about investigative techniques because that's what he used to do when he was an adventurer. And, he kind of retired up here because it was nice and quiet and it was a healthy sort of wilderness place he could be at. And then all this trouble started but there was this time he tricked this group of kobolds into believing that he was a dragon in humanoid form, and he got them all to follow him around and worship him for a few weeks until they ended up telling them the truth, and then there was a big fight, and that sort of thing. And so he sort of laughs as he's telling you these, and he burps and belches and hiccups several times, and eventually he says, that he can take you to talk to the people at the local inn if you want to hear more about what's been going on in town.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be great.
Err,
Wait, you said that they worshipped you like a dragon, right? Did they like carve anything cool in your image? I don't know.
I
Did you
don't.
get your
I
own
just
statue?
made them do things for us, you know. They had to carry our packs, and they had to sharpen our weapons and shine our plate mail.
But that's bad. And I whap him. Not like hard, just like lightly.
He
Bad.
like falls over into the snowdrift.
Oh, God.
He just
Oops.
wasn't expecting that. Oh, sorry.
I'll help him up.
wow, he
Em-
really
em-
is sloshed.
Ember, you shouldn't. I was whispering, Ember, you shouldn't take advantage of someone when they're in a state like this. Come on.
I didn't think he was gonna fall over.
You smell how drunk he is.
Hey,
Yes,
guys.
do you know how wimpy my little noodly arms are?
So he gets up and he starts walking. And I will draw the path that he walks.
Oh gods. I
Show.
swear he's gonna
if-
take us around the whole town, isn't
If
he?
you guys didn't take the lantern, Ember was going to, so I think you took it just so Ember wouldn't
Yep.
have it.
Yeah. Because I'm very suspicious of that now.
We'll find out what the name of the inn is.
It was
The
the
Northern
Northern
Light
Light
Inn.
Inn, which is why I'm
Oh.
like,
Oh.
Okay, so there's the path.
Oh my god.
Not as bad as I was expecting,
Yeah,
honestly.
Go to the southern dock
Honestly, I was expecting that to be the inn.
and like take this path
Just go
and then
all
go
over
back.
the place. That's
Yeah,
where we
exactly.
started.
I was expecting to have a tour of the whole town before we went back to exactly where we were.
We got about a quarter of it.
As we're walking through on this meandering path of a drunken dragonborn, do we see any signs of life? Like
So
any people sticking their heads out the
Well,
windows
it's
to look?
like the middle of the night, right? Like you left the fortress at like probably 2 a.m. or something,
oh,
right?
whoops.
And then like you
Whoops.
spent an hour or two, like maybe it was 3 when you left, or maybe it was 1:30. It's a little, you're not, but it's the middle of the night, so there aren't a lot of people around. But as he's walking through the town, he's assuming that you're following him, and he's telling you stories about. And when he gets like over to here to the edges here, like right here, and when he gets over to here, he stops and he like takes a big deep breath, and he sort of puts his arms out and he says, "This is Lac Dinashir," and he tells you all about how wonderful this area is, and just all of these stories about how great the Icewind Dale is, and how the Tin Towners all work together, or at least they used to, and like just all of these stories. So the whole entire talking, he's just, the whole entire time he's walking, he's also talking, and he goes from a mumbling to like really loud to stopping and pointing out to essentially nowhere, telling you things, and he's just really drunk. So there's burps and hiccups and coughing all along the way, along with, he's trying to drink. The bottle that he has is actually empty. So
Thank God.
And so he gets down here and he almost takes you this more direct route, but instead he takes you all the way around so that he could show you the docks over here. And then he
course.
comes back to the Northern Lights.
Mhm.
So you kind of do get a tour, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for showing us how to get to the inn. You've gone on a lot of adventures, haven't you?
Yes, I have. You look like you.
You cut off Sam.
He says, "Yes, I have, and you look like you have too."
Some.
So he he brings you to the inn, and opens the door. And as he opens the door, it opens to a relatively sort of largish room, but it's basically empty. There is a woman standing or sitting there who stands up as soon as the door, and she gives him a sort of you see her have a almost angry look on her face, and then she sees the rest of you are coming in after him, and she immediately turns that into a more um sort of chastising motherly smile, being angry. And she says, Trovis, did you fall asleep outside again? One day you're just going to have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers to bring you back to the inn so that you can get warm. You're going to freeze to death out there.
Wait, he does that on a regular basis?
Seems that way.
Come on, Trovis, come back to the kitchen, and I'll have
Pearl.
Corey make you something warm. And he starts to protest. Oh no, Corey's gonna be mad at me. She says, now Trovis, we're just gonna get you warmed up. Give me this bottle. And she basically yanks it out of his hand.
Don't worry, it's empty.
I like her.
Sets it down.
Me
And
too.
she pushes him into the kitchen and comes back to you and says, sorry about that. He's been a little troubled lately since the robberies and all that.
You mentioned something about that.
I have a question.
Yes?
We just found a fancy castle in the middle of nowhere. Well, not the middle of nowhere. The giant pointy side. I point from where we came. The missing lantern wouldn't happen to be very, very shiny and multicolored, would it?
Yes. You found our lantern?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it
I
out
told
and
you
put
I
it
should've
on
brought
the
it.
table.
You just didn't want me to carry it.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to play with it.
It was shiny and beautiful, and I wanted
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah, when he mentioned there was a missing lantern, it was kind
That
of like,
was immediately like, oh.
The light went on.
yeah.
Oh.
Ha
Ding.
ha
Thank
ha.
you so much. This was stolen a few nights ago, and it's kind of what gives it our name, so it was a little silly for us to keep calling ourselves the Northern Light and the light of Caer Konig, and we always have lights on and we're always welcoming. If we don't even have a light, she kind of looks back at the door where she had just previously pushed Trovis through.
Well, you got it back.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you
Sorry,
so much.
you won't
Here,
be able to
have a
do
seat.
anything about the thieves.
Have a seat. Have a seat. We'll bring you out some stew. Have a seat. You can take off your things. There's a nice fire. You can go ahead. Well, let's make you comfortable. And she goes back into the kitchen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rug. Pitter patter, pitter patter.
Wait. Dang it, I should have brought the box.
I guess we gotta tell them about the Durgar then.
So a couple minutes later, another woman comes out holding a tray with several bowls of soup on it, and she comes and sets it down.
Thank you.
Allie says you brought the lantern back.
Yeah, we found it while we were traveling.
Did you also find the other things that were stolen?
We don't know what other things were stolen.
He just mentioned the lantern.
Yeah.
Well, they took some goats. They took a sack of pearls that were carved into decorative beads.
Didn't see that.
Those were stolen from the local expedition people. We can introduce you tomorrow.
We can show you or make a map or tell you how to get to the place where we found everything. Also, there were definitely 2 goats over there.
Well,
Yeah, the goats didn't want to go outside.
It's dangerous out there. You're not going to go get them for us?
Well, the one item you said we never saw, so they might have put it somewhere else where, like, we went through that area, so.
Well, I mean, we
the goats, though, they didn't want to go outside.
We could at least try and get the goats.
We can try with the goats, but they did not want to go outside. And I don't
maybe
know
we
how
can
they would
like.
feel about being
It's
on our dark
okay.
side.
I guess I can have Torga try and go. They're supposed to be in town tomorrow anyway, so they're probably getting here tonight.
Who's
You're
that?
not with Torga, are you?
Who?
No.
The Traveling Caravan.
No.
Oh,
Have we heard of
Well.
this, Torga?
I feel like I
Yes.
recognize the
We've
name.
heard, we've heard of the Traveling Caravan for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if we had heard them.
remember you passed them when you were
Yeah.
going to Tourmaline?
Ah,
you passed
them.
them. Yeah. They're basically the only trading place. They're the only moving caravan that still
Moving
has
merchants.
access around the entirety of Icewind Dale, and also, the rumor they could get over the spine of the world still, even though nobody else can.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
they're basically the one, they're the way that Icewind Dale can communicate with the southern areas.
Yes, very sus.
Well, we do mention that, like, yeah, the goats are up at the Kelvin's cairn.
Oh, all the way in Kelvin's cairn.
Yep, that's where we
There's
came from.
Yetis up there.
Yes, what?
Are there?
Well,
We
I'll
didn't
have to tell.
run into any.
And see
Thankfully.
the
We were
Yetis.
lucky.
Saw well, no Yetis.
Thankfully.
Well, I do appreciate you bringing the light back. It is a little bit silly for us to keep calling ourselves the Northern Light if we don't have any lights. At least that's
Fair
what my
enough.
sister says. Anyway, what brings you all to town?
Warm beds, we're calling.
Warm food is nice too. This is delicious,
Yes.
by the way.
Mhm.
Thank you. It's my grandmother's recipe.
You haven't seen anyone from an old woman with white wispy hair, another
An eye
traveler,
patch.
eye patch.
An old woman with an eye patch.
Yeah,
Not lately.
she said she was heading.
She's
this
been in
direction.
town before, but
Yeah, we met with her a while back. We were gonna meet her here in town.
oh, are you working for her now? She's always trying to get people to work for her.
Sort of.
Sounds like you know her.
Well, I don't quite like her. She's a little rude. But, it's okay. She just has a different belief system than I do, and, she doesn't, well, never mind. I don't want to speak ill of someone who's not here, so why are you looking for her?
Well, we had plans to, work with her on something.
We knew she was coming here, but we had to go do something else first, so we basically were hoping to meet her here.
Yeah.
She said she had some information for us, but that might help us. But in return, we had to do something for her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, it's odd that she's not here. I thought we had taken the longer route. But
Maybe
well,
it's because we're so great.
oh, I suppose we can wait for her here.
Oh yeah, what's with the rundown castle? Maybe we could explore that while we wait for her.
Ian has to look something up.
I doubt there's much left there to explore. Looks pretty old.
Yeah, considering how close it is to a settlement.
Mhm.
Also, this cat is very soft.
Oh my gosh. Ember is going to use the telepathy from the Psi Crystal to basically tell Sig, yeah, but remember the Duragar were super interested in runes? So
Sig just
maybe
nods.
they just and there was the dot on that map, so maybe they hid something there?
So, Allie says, oh, the castle. Well, that's really old, and it fell to orcs a long time ago. Years and years ago, it was destroyed.
Yeah,
But
orcs?
the town is really bad off now because the East Haven ferry no longer comes here. It used to come here and deliver things. That's why we rely on Torga so much, because Torga now is the only one that can travel.
What happened
Well, and I
with
Oh,
guess
Fairy?
you traveled here.
Did the ferry's path freeze over?
I don't know if the boat is now ice locked or not, but all I know is they shut down service, so
Well,
we
Aw.
haven't had access to it for a while.
I see.
Are you able to fish in the lovely lake full of fish?
Well, of
For delicious
course.
fish?
I mean, we ice fish now, but um, some portion of the lake isn't entirely frozen, so we do go fishing, but it's very dangerous, and our economy is just wrecked. Several people are, you know, very angry, and you know, sure what's going to happen, but it just feels like, if we all would just submit to whatever Oral's will is, she would stop this nonsense and we could go back to normal. But instead, everyone is resisting her, and that's what the problem is.
Does she have any symbols or jewelry on her?
Mm-mm.
I don't like her.
She's very nice. She gave us soup.
She's nice, but naive.
Remember, not every worshipper of Oral is a cultist.
Yeah, but naive.
Look,
not
she
saying
just
she's
wants
bad, just
life to
naive.
be easier.
Wants life to go back to the way it was when they weren't
Mhm.
in economic horrible situations.
Right.
Crisis.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the word. Which is
That won't-
understandable.
But that won't happen if Oral gets her way.
No. But
Listen.
she can hope.
Mm.
Anyways, I'm just enjoying the soup.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's a warm meal. Warm meals are enjoyable.
He
Dude,
says, say, this Velen person that you're going to work for, she's an agent, right?
What?
Yes.
a what?
She works for the Arcane Brotherhood. She says it. She, even though there's nobody else in the entire place, she sort of leans in and says it like with a whisper. The Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh,
Well,
I
yes.
thought that was just like the name of a group of scholars.
It is.
Is that what she told you?
Well,
Oh.
no. I mean,
Oh, I pull out some paper. What do you know about it? I would love to hear some information from the knowledgeable locals.
Well, she grabs a chair and she scoots it up next to Ember. Even if somebody else is sitting next to Ember, she kind of pushes the chair until the person moves over, and she sits next to Ember. And she says,
Never
"Well,"
mind, I like this lady.
she says, "the Arcane Brotherhood, they're looking for something out in the glacier, and it is really powerful and really dangerous. And I have heard, although I don't know how good the source is, but I have heard that if she finds it, if they find it, there's more than one Arcane Brotherhood person here. Those agents are all over. If they find it, we are doomed."
Doomed? Like immediate doom?
Doomed like they're going to use the power to destroy the world. That's how powerful it is.
And you just see Ember right.
God.
Oh, I'm so glad you told us. Thank you so much.
Well, if you run into the other three, you should stay away from them.
How will we know what they look like?
They all have that Brotherhood symbol.
Okay. Make sure. Look out for Brotherhood. Ooh. I saw some pretty carvings in the place where the Durgar were holding that lantern. Is anyone missing like a statue or carving?
No, I don't think so. We would have certainly heard of that. People love their scrimshaw around here. If one
Oh.
of them was missing, we would.
Oh man, if I didn't have ethics, I could be totally rich. Guys, do we need money or ethics?
Ethics.
Ethics.
God damn it.
Just because money is worthless around here. These parts, for the most part. That caravan you mentioned, do you know when it's due back?
Oh, they should be here by the morning for sure. In fact, they'll put up their shops right in front of the building here. In fact, if you look at the map, you see there's this tent-like structure here. That's where they'll come in and park and try to sell their wares.
Well, we're definitely staying until morning
Yeah,
at
we need
least.
some sleep.
Yep.
It's been a long.
Do you have rooms for us, and preferably ones that we can keep dogs in as well?
Or a place for our dogs.
Also
That
have an
too.
axe beak that needs placed.
Not inside though. That one goes outside.
Yeah, we have some stable structures out in the back that you can.
That works.
Perfect.
Excellent.
And you know what? Since you brought the lantern back, I'll just give you your rooms for the night.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
very
We
much.
appreciate that.
I'll go get some keys for you, and you can deal with your animals. She gets up and she.
Thank you. Sig's just gonna go and check on the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need any help with the axe beak?
Sure. Come on. Why don't you come on?
Oh no.
You asked. Now you have to deal with
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
No.
And now Flip is just on my head.
Does the axe beak know a language?
I don't think so.
Like, obviously it can't speak, but can it
Right.
understand the language?
Like the moose.
I'm pretty sure no, but let me
I'm
find
pretty
out.
sure no as well, but I gotta ask.
Not according to Roll20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Most animals have a dash for their language.
languages.
Yeah, no language.
Yeah.
Do penguins even eat stew?
You know what? I thought it was like a fish stew. Because
Oh,
I
it
mean,
probably
fishes.
is, but
so
it's
then-
still a stew.
It's also not really a penguin. It's just a
Yeah, it's a
fan.
Yeah, it's a
familiar.
familiar.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a fey creature in a penguin body.
So out in the back there is this sort of it's like an overhang, and so it has like a roof structure, and then there are stables. There's little little alcoves. It protects them from the wind on 3 sides and is open on a side. You can kind of chain them, and they can move around if they need to.
Okay, well, we'll get them fed. I think we still have some meat left from...
Yep.
Gotta make sure the dogs are comfy before we go to bed.
Yeah. When you get back inside, Allie is there asking you how many rooms that you needed.
2?
I think too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Especially if they're going to give us rooms for free. We don't want to get one for everybody.
Yeah. So she gives you 2 keys. She says these are up the stairs and to the left, and they're right next to each other. So this one's the first door, and this one's the keys.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
I'm heading up. I'm tired.
Same.
Yeah, let's get to our rooms.
After helping Oryx, I'm going to go pitter patter, floof.
So as you get upstairs and you're walking to the rooms, one of the rooms on the right, it's a smaller room. The door is slightly open, and you can see Trovis laying on the bed and snoring very loud.
I'm just gonna walk up to it and
shut
shut
the
the
door.
door.
As I walk past.
Yeah.
You hear, "Who's there? What happened? Is it the thieves?" And then a couple-
No.
Just walk away.
No,
Go back to
Dad.
sleep.
We're definitely not the thieves.
Okay, so I need a
Oh no.
Constitution saving throw from Addie and Ember.
What?
What did Ember do? I'm adorable.
He still has the stone.
I don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You
what the
have
fuck's wrong with you
nightmares.
then? 22. I'm comfy and fluffy and I'm sleeping.
Oh no.
Addie, you have horrible, horrible nightmares again, and you see that nasty crawling creature moving through caverns. This time, it has Dwergar running next to it and starting to clear a path. And sometimes when it moves through, it kills some of the Dwergar kind of accidentally, and then it stops to feast on them. And every time you wake up, you try to go back to sleep, and it just begins the dream same exact place until right before you wake up for the morning. Again, he looks at you and he sort of says, "I'll find." And then you wake up and it's morning. You have light shining through the window. And you have a level of exhaustion.
How many is this now? Back
No,
to
I
2?
didn't have any. We had gotten
Oh.
rid of it
They've gotten
Well,
rid of it.
in the
Your best friend.
when we slept in the
Cabin.
cabin.
Nothing happened to me because I'm innocent and adorable.
Ember sleeps like a little baby kitten who had a rambunctious fun day.
Very fun.
And the other three of you sleep well, except probably Sigrid noticed that Addie didn't sleep very well.
Yeah.
But it did not disrupt your sleep enough to give you a level of exhaustion.
Okay. When Sid gets up in the morning, she just sits up and looks at Addie, who's awake, and is like, "You look fucking awful."
Thanks.
You're welcome. Are you just like not used to beds that aren't, the
I
cushy
shouldn't have
crap
looked
you
in that
have?
mirror. I really shouldn't have looked in that mirror.
What's the big deal with the mirror?
Are you saying this in earshot of anyone else or just?
I mean, we're in the
Sig.
room.
We're in the room, so.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw Torog in the mirror, and he's been haunting my dreams.
That
Creeper.
fucking sucks.
Yes. Every time I closed my eyes, it was horrifying.
Maybe you need to meditate. Think about being soft
Amber,
and fluffy.
why are you in our room?
You didn't lock it.
Get out.
Well,
Out.
we're crowded over
Now.
there. Boom. Goes the door.
Annoying cat.
Yes.
I still don't get. Why the hell did you see that in the mirror? It makes
I
no
don't know.
sense.
I don't know what's wrong with that mirror. We do know that something's going on with Torog, and I don't like that I keep seeing him in my dreams, and he keeps saying he's going to find me. And I don't really want that.
Wait, he's aware of you?
It's a nightmare. I don't know.
A reoccurring nightmare that's plaguing you when you sleep, seeing a horrible god that's trying to, take control of shit. No, it's not a fucking dream.
Yeah, this time there were Dwargar too.
What the fuck?
They were like helping him. I told you the Dwargar were evil. We have to stop them. I think we have.
And then how do you plan to do that
I don't know.
when you can't even face this, ancient being god without having nightmares constantly?
I don't know. I also feel like we're splitting ourselves in two directions because part of me wants
Only
to go.
two.
Well, mainly yes. I suspect there's gonna be a lot happening in East Haven. I think we should get there. I think we should get there before Bitter's birthday. But at the same time, if the Brotherhood is looking for this thing, the city, and it's up in the ice, then perhaps we should be heading north. I don't know.
What do you think has more of a time crunch? Getting to a city before midwinter or looking for a possible city that exists in the far north floating somewhere that we know absolutely fucking nothing about at this point?
We should be waiting for Velen for that.
Yeah, so
And
East
isn't-
Heaven might be our best idea first.
Yes. It is the 29th now, isn't it? When was?
Yes.
And the
Or
30th.
would it's... No, it's not the 30th. It's the day after the 30th. It's literally the day between Hammer 30 and Elric 1. It's his own day.
Alperiac?
Yeah. So we got a couple days left, yeah. Not very many.
Okay. Yeah, because today's the 29th. So we have today and tomorrow to get to East Haven.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to waste a lot of time. And, you gotta convince the guys about that, too. Some of them is not going to be hard, because Oric seems to be a lot like me, where wherever the majority decide, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you have to deal with the conspiracy theorist and Bitter.
I think the conspiracy theorist is easy enough. Just have to give him a conspiracy.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well, by the way, do you think we should do something for Bitter's birthday?
What exactly would you want to do when we're in this northern hellscape?
I don't know. Maybe we can find something, a present of some sort in the. Let's go get breakfast.
Yeah. At least that stew last night was delicious. Let's
Yep.
go.
Hoping that helps.
Yeah, you honestly look horrible. You look like you need to wash your face or some shit. Just saying.
Wait, let me check if I have some makeup to cover it up. Okay.
I'm not helping with that if you do.
Breakfast.
Yes, breakfast. Sam, you're muted.
Just typing some
Okay.
things.
Ah.
Got me? Oh, sorry. So, do we need to take a break before we do breakfast and the events after?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, so let's take a 10-minute break, I guess. 5-10 minutes, something like that. Because I need to set
Sounds
up
good.
a couple of things. So
Ah, joy.
We'll be
And
right back.
Also, I'm guessing that your tea is
Burp.
also just about out.
And we're back.
All right, welcome back to Endless Night, our Rime of the... And I am Sam again, with all my awesome players again, and they have just finished a long rest in the Northern Lights Inn, which happens to be in the Caer Konig village in Tin Towns. What are you all doing now?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Breakfast
And then
and
traders.
yeah.
After. See what they have.
Okay. So you can easily go down and get breakfast. They basically have stew again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
Always love leftovers for breakfast.
It's warm and it fills the stomach. Good enough.
Yep.
Yeah, Trovis is down there.
Hungover?
Still. Yeah, I mean he's awake. He actually seems fine. He doesn't seem too far off from he does not recognize you.
Of course not.
He says, "Oh, you must be the new folks in town that Allie and Corey were telling me about. Welcome to Caer Konig.
Nice
I'm
to see you
Speaker
again.
Trovis. Very nice to meet you."
Thank you for the impromptu
Tour last night.
Gore.
Yeah, it was very instructive.
You took a tour?
You gave a tour.
I did.
You
Yeah.
brought us here.
Corey, did you pay these patrons to play a joke on me?
Now you were sleeping out in the snow.
Yeah, I was unaware that most people actually were comfortable doing that.
Anyway, I have lots of business to go to.
Fair enough. Have a good day.
I will.
It was nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to meet you. I'm sure I will see you around. Yes. Will I see you at the market today?
Probably.
Once we have breakfast, we're
Probably,
gonna
yes.
go head to the market.
Excellent. Well, I will be happy to see you there. Have a good. And he quickly.
Bye.
Does he look embarrassed? I'm pretty sure he looks embarrassed.
This stew is delicious.
Is embarrassed. He's embarrassed as hell.
Yep.
But he
If he
truly
could
doesn't
blush, he'd-
remember you. So.
Which is even more embarrassing.
And once again, occasionally just feeding Flip some of the fish from the stew.
Does a familiar need food?
I don't believe
Flip
they
just
do.
gives a very, very irritated squaw.
I'm gonna take that as a no. Isn't that a waste of food when you can eat it?
Flip raises the flipper in a derogatory manner.
You just have your familiar flip her the bird.
No, and then I'm just going to flip him in my lap. That's flipping the bird.
That's too early.
My
for
point
this.
still stands.
So this caravan that's coming back in, isn't that the one we were kind of thinking was caught up in some other issues in other towns a while ago? Are we still pursuing that, or have we let that go?
I just want to see what they have to trade, honestly. Besides that, I'm not looking to cause an issue.
We may want to
Yeah,
keep
me
a lookout
either,
on
yet.
possible followers of the Northern Gods.
I mean, technically.
Throw a rock, you'll probably hit one.
Yep.
Well, I meant cultists.
Throw 2 rocks, you might hit one.
Twice.
Well, hopefully they're not here to make more trouble.
Immediate trouble, you mean?
Anyways, let's just eat, watch Bitter waste some of his fish, and then go check out the market.
It's probably a good idea to keep your familiar happy. If it wants stew, then let it eat stew. It's not going to kill it.
And besides,
I look guilty and bring out.
Just seems like a waste of food.
Flip actually mimics your speech almost perfectly.
My point still stands. Let's just finish eating. And then go take a look at this. Also, I will say, Addie and I were talking a bit with, a certain cat eavesdropping, which he shouldn't have done.
Mhm.
But besides that, once we've checked out the market, we might want to consider heading towards East Haven.
We haven't been there yet, right?
Nope.
We haven't.
And I think that's where things are going to happen, especially on, end of the month.
Midwinter. Which means we only have a couple days to get there and, see what the fuck is even in East Haven. So we might want to head out after we take a look at the market. What do you guys think?
I agree.
If we do that, then does Addie actually get sleep and be useful?
Sleep, probably not. Usefulness, it's debatable.
We'll see.
You look pretty rough.
Oh,
All right.
wow. I didn't know somebody could get bags that deep under their eyes.
I slurp while smirking. Smirp.
Smurp.
Anyways, let's go see what they have for sale.
Yeah,
sale.
let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me move you over to this screen.
Oh,
Is there He looks like a vampire. Just saying.
shush.
So you walk up to the market, and of course, you get the idea because of the space that is here. You get the idea this market, possibly in other times, would be full of multiple different people selling their wares. But at this point, all that you see are two sleds. These things are, even though they look like, they look like carts, but they're actually sleds. And there are 4 or 5 sort of burly dwarves setting up these tables, these brown triangle or rectangles or tables, and all these crates and boxes and bags and whatnot are the goods that they're putting out. And over off to the side over here, in this area, you see a short dwarf who is talking to a tall, well-built man in his 30s with an olive complexion, dark hair pulled back in a ponytail, no facial or body hair. He is dressed in a stylish vest with matching pants and boots, similar in style to those worn by mariners of the southern Sword Coast. He wears no armor or gear, and he does not appear to be armed. He has eyes that are a deep blue and very stunning. And I will show you a picture of him, and this is where I really detest the way that they do things, because the write-up says he doesn't appear to have any weapons, and then I'm going to show you
A
this
picture of him with weapons.
picture of him with a whole bunch of freaking
Fully
weapons.
kitted
right?
out.
Yeah. So here you go.
Oh, look at that.
Fucking LARPers.
Nice
Hmm.
ice sword.
I mean,
there.
I don't see any sword.
Yeah, there's no
what
weapon
sword?
there. I'm not sure
And
what
he's
you're
also
talking about.
not even wearing cold weather gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is he actually wearing a cloak and stuff, or
he looks about ready to
He is
freeze.
not. He has on all of this is the actual description from the book. He has an olive complexion, dark hair pulled back in a ponytail, no facial body hair. He's as if you could tell how much body hair he has, but whatever. He's dressed in a stylish vest with matching pants and boots, similar to those worn by mariners on the coast. He wears no armor and he does not appear to be armed. His most striking feature is his eyes, which are as blue as a...
Huh.
You're cutting
So-
out every
you're cutting
like,
out quite a
6
bit.
words or something.
Am I really?
Yeah.
It's when you get too low. So maybe it's up the
No,
So
I
if
think
you've
it's,
got it on
it's
like
my...
volume detection.
Let me switch here. Let me switch.
Notice it seems like when you turn your head to the
Yeah. I'm gonna switch.
is when it does it most. I would say his most striking feature is his utter lack of cold weather gear and
Yeah.
utter lack of being affected by said cold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Bitter's like, that's not usual, is it?
Sus.
Ember. Hottie spotted.
We're all like wearing goggles and scarves and
Well,
not that much.
I mean,
mittens.
when I see him, I'm probably taking my goggles off and putting my hood back because, I mean, I'm not the only one now.
I'm not wearing the goggles or a scarf right now. Like the scarf's just around my neck. It's not covering my face. It's not like we're sweating
Well-
right now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so let me tell you how cold it is outside right now. Right now, it is hammer 29. It is
Mhm.
negative 40.
Oh,
It's really
It is
cold.
overcast and
Wonderful.
windy.
Hmm.
That's why it's negative 40, because it's windy.
Okay, so negative 40 is the wind chill.
Yeah, that's your felt temperature.
lovely.
That's not too bad.
Nope.
Sledding season.
It's not too bad unless you don't have anything on.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, I do kind of glance over his direction because, like, huh. And I know it's expected to wear all this cold weather gear, but it's not very comfortable.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did actually go sledding in negative 40-degree weather, and I don't think I wore that much. I mean, that's not that bad.
Addie's still wearing everything.
She's a little pretty princess.
Goggles hide the bags anyway.
I've walked to work in minus 52, so minus 40 is nothing to me.
Pill both ways.
Nah.
That she was grateful for it.
Fuck no. Fucking buses weren't running and I couldn't get a fucking cab, so I had to walk. At that point, I should have just stayed home.
Yes.
My work was
you
kind of
should've.
shocked I walked.
You should have stayed home.
Yeah, well, I was
Yeah, you
dumb.
probably got yelled at, being like, "What do you mean you walk to work in minus 52?"
Yeah, I mean, they could see the icicles on my eyelashes. Every time you blinked, it felt like your eyes were gonna freeze shut.
Don't do that again.
Anyways, we're walking over to the market to take a look at what they have.
Mhm.
Okay. You can put your tokens on there if you want to.
All right. Anyone else nervous that we've been told to put our tokens out? And there's
I mean, the last time we were in a gathering, we wound up totally not in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see what they're selling. I'm especially looking for any scrimshaw, chandring, whatever.
Here's what they have. They have cut wood, flint and tinder, several flasks of whale oil, blankets, furs, rations, bottles of wine, casks of ale, bottles of medicine, and some vermin poison.
I mean, it might be a good idea to stock up on some rations.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
What was that thing you listed after cut wood and before whale oil?
Flint and tinder for starting a fire.
I want me some of that.
Orcs will look among the bottles of medicines like, what does this stuff do?
One of them is, these are small bottles, about maybe 5 inches tall, with a narrow neck, like a flask, right? Like a drinking flask. And it says, it's a dark bottle, and it says on the label, it says, Dr. Wonderful's tincture of everything. Cures most common ailments. Can be used in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And then it starts listing things: earache, throat ache, hurt arm, sore muscles, and like it lists all these pieces.
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Rip off in a bottle.
Get your
There
whale
are-
oil.
there
Get
are-
your snake
there are-
oil.
Yeah, there's 3 other kinds that are more specific. So some of them are, specific to healthy baby tincture, and like fertility potion, and stuff like that.
Okay, so alcohol. Got it.
Yeah, I'm just focused on getting some rations, I think.
Mhm.
You notice that they also have several crates
Mm.
that are sort of next to the tables and whatnot that aren't necessarily open.
Extra shit.
It's in the crates.
Do the crates look familiar?
That's where we keep our other stored goods. What do you mean, what's in the crates? Haven't you ever been to a store before?
A few. Most aren't completely out in the open
I mean,
like this.
Are you looking for something special? He kind of
Just
leans in.
curious. What do you have?
Do these boxes look familiar, like we've seen them in the last 24 hours?
I mean, crates are crates, right?
No special markings or anything on them.
Well, all of these are marked with Torga's symbol.
Right. And the ones we saw over there did not have Torga symbol.
Correct.
Mm.
That's right. The dwarf leans into Oryx and says, if you're looking for something special, I can see if we have it.
Sure.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I see. Yeah, never mind.
Well, we have lots of goods that we just don't put out because, most people in Caer Konig don't buy them. But, if you were looking for something special, I can see that you are a man of refined tastes. And so if you had something that you were looking for, we could try to procure it. Torg is really good about that.
I would, oh, go ahead.
Anything for curing sick reindeer?
Sick reindeer. Well, when our dogs get sick, we do give them some special meal. But I don't know if it would work on reindeer. But we can get you some. You could try it.
I think I'm going to need a lot of it, and you don't look like you have that much here. So.
Well, we do take orders. So if you really want some, we can get a whole lot of it.
Do I think looks like he's in a position to be able to get a whole lot of this stuff?
I mean, for 6 or 7 people, they do have a lot of goods out.
And we do see him getting around since we ran into the same guy way back when, and we have traveled since then.
True. Yeah, we have seen you around. Well, how much would it cost for entire tribe's herds worth?
Well, how many animals is an entire tribe's herd?
Several hundred.
Oh. Well, now you're talking about a bulk deal. You'll need to go talk to Torga about that, but we can definitely get it. We can definitely get it. She's right over there. And he points over where the tall human is talking to the dwarf.
I'll be sure to stop by when she's finished up with whoever that is.
Oh.
Why is that guy? Boy, that guy must really not mind the cold.
Yeah, something about being born on midwinter or something. He's just doesn't feel anything or something. I don't know. He's some kind of special choice. I don't know. Look, it's a weird human thing, okay? I don't know anything about it. But Torg has gotten a lot of good work out of him. He's just an assistant, you know, and he does a lot of stuff.
All right,
He's one of the people we use to procure things.
it's his secret.
Sort of.
While Bitter is looking shifty at this, Ember's just gonna. Where is Bitter? Is Bitter at the same, talking to the same guy?
Oh, Bitter at this point has kind of wandered away, pulling the hood up.
But is totally listening in.
Also,
Mhm.
I just want to say that I read that Asbitter is looking especially shitty at this.
Me
I
too.
mean,
It took me a
I
second
mean-
read to tell that was an F.
Ember is just gonna pop in and say, "Oh, I haven't been to one of your setup shops here before, and I was wondering if you had anything kind of special."
Like what?
And well, and then I put a paw up to whisper,
Well,
It-
which one are you talking to? Because you're not standing near
Oh.
enough to anybody to whisper right now.
whoever we were talking to before.
The person Oryx was
I would
talking
have been
to.
by that
Yeah.
guy.
Okay, so you're
So
like over
I
there.
want like, well, whisper. I'm looking for a surprise for a friend who's got a celebration coming up soon.
Oh yeah, like what?
Uh, something bear themed, maybe.
Bear themed. You mean like the animal bear?
Yeah.
Like you want a real bear?
No. That'd be kind of cool. No, like maybe a trinket or
Like a bear skin? You want a bear skin? I can get you a bear skin.
no. He's
We
from one
got
of the
some
bear
of those
tribes.
right over there.
Bear tribes. No dead bears. I meant more like it's his
Oh,
favorite
you want
animal.
a live bear?
And Ember's just gonna telepathically go, "No, not like that. I'm looking for a birthday present for someone who was in the Bear Clan."
He's looking around.
No, that's me. Me. Point.
How do you do that?
It's how I keep secrets.
Ooh. Secrets?
oh god.
I like secrets. What kind of secrets do you have? I can trade you some secrets.
Ooh.
Oh
Gifts
god.
for secrets, eh?
Not gifts. I trade you a secret, you tell me a secret.
Ooh, even better. This town is great.
He says, "Let's move over here and look at what's over still on the
Yeah.
sled over here." And he kind of moves.
You gotta show me
over
the
here.
special stuff.
Yeah. All right. What's your secret? What do you got?
All right. So, the newest thing is that. Nas here. Hang on. Blah. So, this isn't a secret, but I heard recently from one of the people nearby that there's a group looking to find this powerful thingy that could bring doom.
A powerful thingy. What thingy? What's it look like?
I don't know what it looks like, but it's definitely magical, and it's definitely bad if they find it.
Well, who's looking for it?
Well, seems they're not just like in one place, they're everywhere. There's always somebody listening
But
around.
who are they?
And I'm just gonna like draw a vague symbol in the air that could be Brotherhood related.
You're just like that lady in Bryn Shander. You got all kinds of stories, but you don't actually have any good stuff.
I mean, I got good stuff about Waterdeep, but that's super far away
He
now.
starts walking back over to his table. When you get a juicy piece of information, come to me and I'll trade you some information. He starts whistling as he's setting up his table. Okay. What is Bitter and Sig and Oryx and Addie doing?
Chatting.
Chatting with Addie and looking to see what kind of rations they have.
They have pretty standard rations, lots of preserved fish. They do have some actual red meat that's preserved into like a jerky form. It's really expensive because it's hard to come by.
Yeah.
And they have your typical like travel crackers, dry cracker bread, and some cheeses.
Yeah, I'm not going to be getting the expensive shit. I just need food, so we still have rations when we're traveling.
Okay.
Yep.
They are expensive.
Of course they are.
Let me
10 times the Waterdeep price.
Mhm.
And probably
Yeah,
10
there's
times harder.
Yeah, they don't taste very good. That's true.
I mean, rations generally don't taste very good. They're
I
rations.
can see a rainbow outside.
Mhm. Right now, you see a rainbow?
Yeah.
Yes.
The normal ration price is 5 silver pieces per day.
Yeah, these are 10. They're double the cost.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Addie's been taking care of most of the party money, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have 20 silver. It's 5 of us. Do we just want to get like? Because if we get 50.
I mean, there's one expensive thing we have that we could possibly trade. The heavy crossbow. Those things are fucking pricey and hard to come by.
That's true. How many rations could we get for this crossbow?
Yeah. If they were interested in trading instead of getting money. Nice heavy crossbow.
Ember, if you want to ask that of the person, you have to say it out loud.
The stream has to hear.
Yes.
If you want to make a trade like that, you got to talk to Torg.
Okay, we'll wait until he's done. Do you know how long his discussions normally last?
Oh, they'll probably talk for hours. That's how Sefik gets out of setting up the market stalls.
So basically, we have to interrupt.
Yep.
All right, good to know. Thanks.
So, hey, friend, you wouldn't
Yeah.
happen to know about I'm making a little crawling hand motion. Crawling deity trying to escape from, the Underdark, would you?
What are you implying? You think I'm some kind of dark dwarf?
No.
Worshipping
You.
that god? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying
What have you heard?
I haven't heard anything. I've seen
Seen
evidence he's getting help.
What did you see?
Well, you notice how it's all, I wave at the sky. Dark, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, if the Underdark and the above ground aren't so very different, then what's to stop them from coming up here and taking over here?
Yeah, they've been trying that for years, those gray dwarves. And? What's your evidence? You gotta tell me some good stuff.
You've seen the Black Rocks, right?
Yeah?
They go bad after a while.
Yeah?
Some wizard stuff. But, you know, it's only a ring here or there, right? So that's not
Uh-huh.
too bad.
Right.
What if you had crates and sleds full of it?
Do you have crates and sleds of it?
I mean, don't look at me, I've got noodle arms. And he just waves his arms to and fro. But we were traveling from somewhere around, I waved towards Kelvin's Cairn. Happened to stop by some ruins, and ooh, there was some storage there.
Oh, yeah?
No Duragar there anymore, though.
But you saw them.
Oh, they're still there. It's not like I could pick anything up.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Okay. And it was in a fortress?
Yeah, they had like little scale-shaped things where, I don't know, maybe you could make armor. I see murderous intent from Zio.
Wait, scales.
Yeah, like I make a little drawing in the air with my
Do
finger.
you have one?
Huh?
I'd honestly be shocked
Yeah,
if our little cat hadn't grabbed at least one.
I was gonna say I probably grabbed like a small one. Be like, well, I've got this one, but it's not nearly as impressive as the statue I found.
No. The what?
There's a little figure about yay big, very shiny, very special, very dragon shaped.
Dragon shaped. Oh, I
God.
bet you Torg would love that.
Would you trade it for something that I could give to my friend for his celebration?
I'm telling you, you gotta trade with Torg. You can't trade with me. Although, don't deal with Sefik. He's a bad man. They have a dead body on the other sled. He's a bounty
Ooh.
hunter. He's a bounty hunter, and they caught this guy that's supposed to go back to Luskin, and they're just carrying around the body till we can get back down there. It's disgusting. It's starting to smell. Thank goodness it's so frozen around here.
Ooh. Oh, that is lucky that it's so frozen.
And I think
Ooh.
he's killed other people too. But you didn't hear that from me. I would go over to Torg and
Well,
tell
you
Torg
do.
you have a
Do have
dragon statue.
very warm blankets. I mean, the dogs are pretty good, but maybe the Axbeak will need some. Huh?
He looks over. He says, Torg, this one has something to trade.
Meanwhile,
And I
Sig
look
was actually walking over, like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
And I just look
What?
very cute. Very cute, slightly devious.
Yeah, no, that makes me walk right up to you. What are you doing now, Amber?
No, it's not for you.
What?
So Sig, you're walking towards
Yeah,
Torga.
I was basically told, yeah, you gotta go interrupt because they'll talk for hours.
Okay. As you start coming up, Sefik sort of stands back like that. He moves back. He's still kind of there, but he's not like in the way.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm supposed to be doing business anyway. So what is this about a trade?
We're looking to buy some rations, and I got a hold of this, and Sig's gonna show the heavy crossbow. I was looking to see if we could trade.
Let me see that.
Yeah, sure.
She like moves it all around and tests how strong it is and all kind. Does typical crossbow, like testing its strength and
Yep.
making
Gotta
sure
make
it's
sure
still
it's
all
good.
put together. This is a really nice bow. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was dwarf built.
I mean, to be fair, dwarves make some of the best weapons, so are you shocked?
No, of course not. But this is a nice piece. Where did you get it?
During travels further up north.
Oh, not much further up north. It's
Yeah, it's
just a sea
mostly
of
a
moving
wasteland.
ice up there.
Yeah, it's a wasteland. That's why we came back over here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It is a wasteland up there. This whole place is becoming a wasteland.
I'll agree with you with that.
So, what did you want to trade for this?
We're just looking to restock on rations, honestly. But wondering what else to make it a fair trade, of course.
Well, how many rations did you want?
Well, there's 5 of us. And
Plus
we've
the
been
dogs.
traveling a lot. Plus the dogs. Yeah, we need quite a bit, actually. Not sure how much you've got here.
Oh, so you want regular food and you want dog rations too?
Yeah, that would be it.
Yeah, we can arrange for that. How about 15 days?
For both?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
All right, that works. I think that's a fair
All right.
trade.
Excellent. All right. Rika, arrange for 15 days of dog and human people.
Dog and humanoid ration.
He says dog and human.
Yeah.
There's dwarves and there's humans, and the humans are everything other than dwarves.
Ah, I see.
Sid just kind of looks around, it's like, yeah, none of us are human, but okay.
This one back here says, Torg, this one has a trade as well.
Wave, 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 wave.
What did you get into now?
Might want to go deal with
Yes.
that, but thank you for your business.
It's
Thank
a
you.
secret. Whap.
Excuse you. And then just a little tendril of water is going to float in the air.
So Torg walks over. Yes, what's your trade?
Well, I'm trying to get something for a surprise, but
Kick at Bitter.
I have a
Bitter's just going to look at him and be like, yeah. Hey, Sig, do you want to babysit? Apparently I'm not allowed to.
I'm making sure we got all the rations, Oryx. You want to babysit?
Eddie, you want to babysit?
To be fair, we've got to load up all the food, Addie. You might want to go and babysit.
Yeah, you won't be much help with that.
Yeah. Have fun.
Fine.
Ember doesn't seem to mind that Addie's showing up.
Bitter's just going to roll. I'm just going to roll my eyes and start walking away. Because whatever.
Hey, Addie.
So,
What are you
All
up
right.
to?
So I'm trying to get Bitter something for his birthday, but he's being a nosy little bastard. And I got a shiny carving that this gentleman over here says that Torga would be interested in.
Where'd you get the carving?
I found it on the ground. Duh. That's where you find all the good stuff. When you grow up with your nose 3 inches from the ground, you find all of the things there. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Sam moved. Okay.
Sorry.
And so Ember's just gonna make sure Bitter's not looking, and then slip a little figurine out of his bag to show Torga. And it is a very intricately done dragon. It's definitely made of a black material.
Is that black ice?
Midgar sip.
Sorry, I'm answering all of the
Whispers.
secret messages I got.
Everyone's whispering to the DM at once, apparently.
Mhm.
One nice thing about Roll20, whispers.
For you guys, it is. For the DM, it just means you've got a lot of people sending you a lot
More
of
work.
messages.
What happened?
But while we're waiting, speaking of Roll20, thank you to our sponsor Roll20, who's been supporting us for quite a while now, and we use this site for all of our games. And holy shit, does it help us out! So thank you, Roll20.
Okay, so what are the questions on the board now?
I'm just offering the pretty statue.
What do you... Oh, you want a gift for...
For point someone in the bear clan.
Torga says, "Where did this dragon come from? This is pretty intricate. I have not seen anything like this before in Tin Towns. They usually make everything out of bone, not this ice stuff."
Oh, I found it on a mountain on the ground. It looked like somebody was standing watch somewhere and like left stuff behind.
Have you seen any Duergar before in your travels?
Of
Oh
course,
yeah,
Recently.
I was
Torga's been everywhere.
definitely sure that the guy on watch wasn't coming back. So
Have you seen them recently? Perhaps in East Haven?
No, I don't look for them in towns. They usually don't poke their noses into Tin Towns.
Well, that's good. Well, if I'm not mistaken, this was probably carved by Duergar.
or stolen, because they did steal some other stuff that we found.
Yeah, they were pretty boastful of their abilities, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Interesting thought, but they don't usually have anything to do with dragons.
Well, that's who was owning it at the time, and they did say that they were good at making things.
Well, in any case, it's a very intricate piece. What do you want for it?
Let's see here.
You
Oh, very wise cat. Do you have any good ideas?
perhaps something bear-shaped, maybe a nice belt buckle
Or perhaps a
Well, we've got bear
tooled-
skins and we've got bear claws, and we can get bear cubs if you needed them to breed or something.
He did offer that. Perhaps something tooled leather to carry a knife that has a bear design on it, so it is both utilitarian and pretty.
Well, I can check to see if I have something. I'm not sure I have anything in the stock here. I'll have to go to the other sled and make sure. Might be in my personal possessions. Might be willing to trade you something in my personal possessions for this. Let me go see. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Just hang out and I'll be back.
Ember turns to Addie. See, that's why Bitter couldn't be here.
Oh, I understand. I'm just worried about letting others.
Damn it.
Sensor mimics.
That's what happens when you try to do things so that you can move them easily. All right.
You can move them easily.
Yes. Okay, so Torga goes off. Stefik gets closer,
to the one that supposedly has a dead body in it, right?
supposedly, yeah.
Sig's just working on collecting the rations that we have bought. Because we have to get those all back to our sled.
What is your dumbass trying to perceive?
The fact that there's
And
a penguin watching
and
us.
failing.
Also, kitty! What a good kitty.
What a happy Getty.
Sefik steps next to Sig.
Hello?
I haven't seen you around here before.
I'm pretty sure you haven't seen any of us around here before.
That's true.
We're just traveling through.
Not many people usually traveling through here lately.
Yeah, we've noticed that. The roads have been pretty empty. I think the only one we've crossed ever is these guys one time.
Yeah, they make a loop.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not complaining. We got rations.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a lot of it, actually.
What else is happening around here?
An eternal winter, but I think that's pretty obvious.
Yes. You're not from around here.
No.
Neither am I.
Okay. Where are you from?
Luskin. Nice port town. I used to be a mariner.
Okay. That explains the getup you're wearing.
Some things are hard to let go of.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing in town?
Right now, shopping. Last night, just finding a place to sleep.
Are you going to stay here for a few days?
Probably not.
You know, whichever town you go into, you're going to have to become part of the lottery.
You know we're not living in any place, we're just traveling through.
It does not matter. You're in Icewind Dale.
Okay, that's nice. We just make sure we're not in a town when the next lottery happens. Not a big deal.
But if your name gets drawn, it is the Frostmaiden's will.
Our names aren't going to be drawn because our names aren't in any draw. What's your point?
What do you mean your name's not in any draw? You've been in
I'm
Icewind
not
Dale
a
for a few...
local!
You've been here for several days now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You are in the realm of the Frostmaiden.
We're in the north.
Yes, in the realm of the Frostmaiden. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, people talk about it a lot, so. You're kind of a nosy fucker, aren't you?
You're kind of rude, aren't you?
Oh, hell yeah, I am.
No.
I don't hide that.
And I don't hide being so damn nosy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know, be careful, because your names are in the lottery. If it's the Frostmaiden's will, it's the Frostmaiden's will. She doesn't like when her will has been obfuscated or cheated. She makes
you
sure that...
finished?
No, I wasn't done.
Okay, well, I'm finishing this. Bye.
Oh my god.
Sig just goes to start collecting some of the bags, and like she picks up a few of the bags and gets them onto her shoulders. Like she's hefting these up, and just kind of for a moment glances back at this guy. And is like, "Yeah, that's right. I could throw you to the ground pretty fucking easily. Now back off."
He looks over at Bitter
Mm.
and then at Oryx. And then back at Bitter. And then back at Oryx. And he says, I was just trying to make conversation.
Sure have a funny way of going about it.
You also picked the wrong person for it.
Yep.
By the way, aren't you cold at all? That get up, friend?
No.
Really? I would have thought someone as scrawny looking as you would have frozen to death the second they stepped 1 foot out of doors.
Scrawniness has its benefits.
Makes you easy to throw, among other things.
You're all a very contentious lot. I'll have to keep an eye on you.
I don't like my friends being talked to
My-
like that.
You might want to just look in a mirror, fucker.
By the way,
That-
didn't we see your group coming out of Lonelywood a few days ago?
Yes, that's how I know you've been here several days.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to warn you that if you're in the Dale, you're part of the lottery. I'm just giving I'm trying to be a nice gentleman, just like the Luskan mariner that I am.
Doesn't that make you part of the lottery as well?
Of course
Sure.
I am.
Well, maybe some of your luck will be contagious.
Hmm.
You seem to have done fairly well for yourself. How long have you been up here with this group of traders?
Oh, probably 2 months. I've been blessed. I've had a good run here. I've been able to get lots of work done.
What kind of work do you do for?
Well, I
this
work
lot?
for Torga. I procure items and I help move things around and I act as a bodyguard.
I see. Well, the lady you were being so short with is a bodyguard herself, so
I was being short. I was just trying
Right.
to make nice conversation.
And threatening that our lives could be on the line.
No, I was just telling you the truth of the matter. No matter where you go, if you're in the Dale, you're on the lottery. It's the truth. Ask anyone.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of that in our time up here.
Ugh.
Sacrifices and other strange occurrences.
All of those things are necessary.
Necessary for what exactly?
To show the population that they can endure and that the Frostmaiden will preserve.
Hell? Sorry, something just fell. Perfect time for the cat to knock something over and break the tension.
Yep. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Ember, I told
What
you to
about-
be careful with your tail.
What about this one? You seem quite comfortable in the cold as well.
Yes, I am. Your point?
I don't see them giving you scowls and being rude just because you're comfortable in the cold.
I also don't remind people that they might wind up in a lottery that will put us out in the cold.
I'm just trying to be fair. I know you're not from around here, so I was just letting you know the rules.
I'm just gonna exchange a glance with Oryx and be like, is he for real? In Reged.
Say back, he's either very excited about oral or something else is going on with this guy.
Or
A little
both.
too eager.
Hmm.
A taste.
Also, not from around here. And then I'm just gonna look back at him. We were born in the north, thank you. And then I'm just gonna start walking away. I don't have any more time to waste on him.
I meant not from 10 towns. God, you people. You're so
Follow
excitable.
better.
He's gonna be a problem.
At this point, Sig's back for the next haul of rations.
Would you like me to help you with that?
No.
Very well. He just walks off.
He's trying way too hard.
Feels like a creep to me.
He is. He's definitely a slime ball.
Sig just gets another bunch of bags and starts heading back to the sleds again.
A couple of the dwarves start helping you load up all your stuff because it's quite a bit of rations.
Yeah. Sig can actually carry quite a lot of it at once.
So after about 15 minutes, Torga comes back. And she has a knife that is, it's in a simple leather sheath, but when you pull the knife out, the blade itself is what has the etching on it. And the etching is so deep that it's basically a ceremonial like blade. You probably would not use it in combat, right? Because the etching would make it weaker than what you would want for an actual combat weapon. And it has all along the length of the blade, and it's only a single-edged blade, right? But all along the length of the blade, it starts with showing like a bear in cub, like as a cub, like rolling around and like climbing a tree, and then it shows like a young bear catching some kind of animal or something, and then it shows an older bear like standing on two legs and and then laying down like hibernating, and then it shows an older bear again, and then it has a picture of a human, like an etching of a human, and then the human is like the last image that's been etched into it is like a human walking off. She shows it to Ember. She says, this is a special knife that I have with some bear symbology on it.
It is gorgeous. Would it be a fair trade for you, though?
Oh, yes. I can find many purchasers, many buyers for a black ice dragon. Just don't tell anyone where you got this. This is a private transaction, understand?
Well, of course, find many things while we're traveling around. I
Mhm.
can't remember where I find everything.
Of course.
I'm going to wrap up the dragon nicely in some extra scrap leather and furs, and hand it over. Oh,
Okay.
I think this
She
is
hands
more
you
than fair.
the knife and the sheath. You notice then when she hands you the knife that on the bottom of the pommel it also has a little engraving of a bear.
And Addie can frown all she wants. That's just too bad.
Be careful who you give that statue to.
You say that to Torga?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Well, I've heard that black ice can have bad side effects.
Yes, I have heard that as well. I have heard that as well.
It seems that certain followers of Oral would find that statue a bit too interesting. That might be to the disadvantage of everyone who lives in this area.
I see. All right, well, thanks for the warning. Is there anything else that you have that you would like to trade?
No, I think we found the perfect gift for our friend.
Oh, hey, Addie, can I
Yeah.
have some silver so I can buy a flint and steel contender?
Yes, you can.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
Porga just nods and starts to walk away. Okay, so you can load up without any more interruptions if you do not want to speak to the
Creep.
nosy guy. Yeah.
I was gonna
Mr.
say, does the nosy guy stay away or does he come back?
He's just far away, but he's like leaning on one of the buildings, just kind of watching from a distance. He didn't leave the scene
A
entirely.
creep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do that. How much is the flint?
They'll give it to you for free.
Okay. We bought enough shit.
Yeah.
Something
You
like that.
You traded something really good for like 15 days of rations. So
yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, it was 15 for us and 15 for the dogs, so I'm not complaining.
yeah.
And they eat a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dogs.
Mhm.
All right. Can we
Okay.
please get going? Guys?
Yeah, we should get going before it gets dark again.
Yeah.
We need
It's
to
always
travel.
dark.
We need to travel
Okay.
a long
So
distance.
where did you decide you're going to go?
East Haven.
Towards East Haven.
Out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
We got here just after, or basically at the lottery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the first thing we saw basically was the leftovers of the lottery.
Mhm.
And that was on Hammer 14.
Right.
So are we expecting the lottery to be around then, or is the lottery much earlier than that?
The
then?
lottery is at every new moon.
Okay. And so we're about halfway to the new moon,
Yeah.
which means we're, full moon when.
Right now you're at 3/4,
Mm-hmm.
and then
then-
it'll be full for 4 days, and then 3/4 for 3 days, and then half, and then quarter, and then new.
Isn't the full moon supposed to be on midwinter?
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
on the 30th and midwinter and Alturiac 1 and Alturiac 2. It lasts for 4 days.
In 4 days of there's gonna be some shit.
I mean, to be fair, it's been like 15 days of there's going to be some shit so far. So, I mean,
Yeah, but we don't need to ramp up the shit, and yet.
so the map, if we look at where you are, the what did I do with the handout? Because you're not next to East Haven.
No, we
Right.
have to pass Caer Dinville. So it's 4.5 miles to Caer Dinville.
Yeah,
Then,
Dinaval. Yeah.
Uh,
Then there's a crossroads, and you turn back to go back to the southern tip of Lac Dinishir to get to East Haven.
Bless you.
17 miles altogether, looks like.
Yeah, so yeah, because for yeah, it's gonna be 4.5 to get to Caer Dinaval, and then it's a long trip to get to East Haven. And it's already 10:40, so I believe we are passing our designated stop time because Matt has some time issues that we need to be respecting that we did not respect tonight.
I didn't
So,
even realize. Okay, so we'll head in that direct. Okay, so if it's 17 miles and we can travel pretty fast, right? On a sled, on a good road.
yeah, so it's a road, so I think you can travel, what, 5 miles an hour or something?
5 miles
Yeah,
an hour,
so
yeah.
it's on a good road, your sled team can go 5 miles.
So it would only
8
take us like
kilometers.
maybe 3 hours to get to East
Mhm.
Haven.
3.5, somewhere in there, matters on what happens.
Yeah. So we'll
But
stop.
at least we could get to East Haven by the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
good to know.
stop at Caer to give the dogs a rest. And then we'll continue to East Haven.
Okay.
Unless something happens at Caer, but
I mean, you don't have to stop in town. You can stop outside of town.
true.
Yes. Please.
Crap, I just closed the window.
Fair enough. Yeah, we can do that and just keep going to East Haven.
So yeah, you can stop outside of town and just rest the dogs for a while and then get to East Haven. So the question is, how long are you going to rest the dogs?
I think honestly, if we have time, because it's still relatively early in the morning, we could do travel to Caer Dineval, rest for an hour, travel to the crossroads, rest an hour at the crossroads, and then continue on to East Haven. So we basically cut up the travel for the dogs, so they don't have to pull for longer than an hour at a time.
And so then you'll end up coming into East Haven in the evening of
Hammer 19.
29.
29, sorry.
Not 19.
So right now you woke up on Hammer 28, so it's only the 28th right now.
No, 28 was that when we killed the Duergar?
That the 27th into the 28th, but then you traveled and then you spent the night, so you just woke up again. It's still the 28th.
So would that mean we basically get in more at early on the 29th? Considering hours of travel, we had to sleep for 8 hours and stuff.
Right. You'll get in very early morning.
Okay.
But you'll be possibly rested, so I'll need a Constitution save from Addie. I also actually need Constitution saves from everyone else if you are staying outside in tents. If you're not going into Caer Dineval.
Hang on. How many tents do we have?
Wait, when are we?
It's just an hour we're going to rest outside the town, though, before continuing on. Would that
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, that does not trigger.
Yeah,
I have
we're not
helpful
sleeping.
rituals
Right.
so that someone can take a short rest if they'd like in my fancy pansy tent.
Yeah, we're only taking an hour rest and traveling. So we're traveling for an hour, resting for an hour, traveling for another hour until we get to East Haven. And once we get to East Haven, we'll look for an inn to spend the night.
Okay, and it will be the early hours of the 29th then.
Yep.
When you do that. Okay. You can do that, and we can. Yeah. Since you're not, I thought you said you were going to take a long rest in there somewhere.
No.
Yeah. We'll take a long rest once we actually get to East Haven and find an inn.
We just took a long rest in Caer Konig, so it doesn't really. I don't think we can.
So East Haven is one of the towns. Let me put you on here.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest, right?
Yeah, it's one of the big three.
Big three ones.
Oh, holy shit!
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's
massive.
Enormous.
Yeah.
Well, time to zoom out.
So
being East Bank, the bank seems to be on the north side of this damn town.
it's the easternmost large town.
I still think it's a crappy name.
Anyway, so this building right here, actually, let me just draw on it. where'd it go? This building right here is the inn. It's pretty easy to get someone to tell you where the inn is. Okay.
Sweet.
When you get to the inn, let me tell you what you see, and then we'll end the session. So actually, as you're coming in, you notice that there is a train of people like walking towards slightly to the west from where you are right now. They're sort of walking over to this area right here. And they're all talking excitedly about what's about to happen. And there is a big crowd that's gathering in front of this building right here. And you see that there is a man who is bound to a stake and gagged. Well, he's gagged and he's being sort of dragged out of the town hall and being bound to a stake. And they've got a blindfold on him. They've got a gag on him, and you can see that they have his hands tied so that his fingers cannot move apart from each other, and then his wrists are bound together. And they tie him to the stake, and then some militia members have torches, and they're about to light the big pile of wood to burn him at the stake.
Oh,
How
What the
far
fuck?
away is this?
So it's
ending
over
there, aren't
in
we?
this area, but you moved. Oh, you saw this big trail of people, so you were
Mhm.
curious and you went over there. Right.
But like, how far away is the about to be dying man from us?
How far do you want to be?
Telepathic range.
Oh yeah, what range is that?
60 feet, I think.
Then that.
I guess we're close enough to at least see what's going on.
That's true. Well, tune in next time for I have plans.
You always have plans.
I'm dreading it.
Well, thanks for watching, guys, and maybe next session we'll actually hit level 5. Who knows?
it.
I think we have to wait until that day.
I just want to hit level 5.
You know,
You could have, but you all chose to not engage with people.
We all chose to not engage in violence for once.
Yes.
Yes.
After being lectured about murder hoboism.
I considered
You
it.
started that fight.
I'm just gonna say, Sam, I considered it. I really wanted to punch that creep.
Yeah.
Really did.
I don't know why you didn't.
I don't know why you didn't either.
Because we were in the middle of town and I didn't want to look like the bad guy.
No, that's when you just flip the thing on the sled and go, oh, look, a dead body.
And did Ember tell any of us about the
No.
conversation he had during this whole trip?
Nope.
Then we got no reason to do anything.
Ember also didn't tell anybody about his nice little dragon-shaped piece of black ice.
No.
Nope.
Well,
I mean,
It was under the crossbow, if you couldn't read the text.
When you don't tell
For our
people, then,
viewers.
you don't tell people, then people don't have reason to engage. I'm going to say.
Listen, I rolled a stealth and y'all have shit wisdom.
Correct.
Oh, so that's why you rolled a stealth.
I was slipping things in my pockets.
I mean, now Addie knows you had it and who you gave it to, but
yeah,
she doesn't think it's a good
Little
idea
late
to
for
let
that.
the other people to know. Not at this point.
No. Listen, Torga seems smart. Seen a lot of places.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem evil. So like, I don't want to hang on
She was
to
given
it.
the warnings. We'll see if she actually,
No, but remember what this whole thing started with. You were investigating some murders.
Yeah. And we've said that we've pegged this caravan as though this is what's something. Everywhere they go, when they leave town, a dead body turns up.
He He was
Mhm.
talking about the lottery very, very, very fervently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure when we reconvene, there will be many a whispering and head hunting of the hot buccaneer.
Well, they have
The
to come
Hot
back this way
Buccaneer, is
anyway.
that his
Listen,
nickname?
some of us just discovered our new aesthetic that we like. All right.
Except you've always known.
Listen, long hair.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, that's it.
Long hair. All right.
I am
Well,
but a
Okay.
simple pie.
we'll see what
And
happens in
narrator's
2
boots.
weeks' time. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank
See
you
ya.
for watching.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.